Oh, hi everybody. Can you guys see me? True. So that this is the first ever stream. Hi everybody. It's the first time you guys see me on this channel, or this very channel. Hello Haida. Hello Jan, Dylan, Ifadi. Yeah. So Auntie Pelosi or Grandma Pelosi is actually currently on this plane now, and they have confirmed on the destination to be towards Taipei, and this is deliberate because they have the plane do not necessarily needs to show the destination because they are military aircraft, and so this is an official taunt against China. So wait, let me go and close my door. Okay. So funny things are happening. So I'm gonna probably be on this stream until she lands, and hopefully we will not see this plane getting shot down over Taipei, or we will probably witness the start of World War 3 here live on DPA YouTube. Hi guys. Wow, so many names. I can't really read everyone. So attention citizen, this is the Central Intelligentsia of CCP. Your internet activities have attracted attention. Whatever. Hi, single Pringles. Yes, I'm Singaporean. Ginger pickle. I'm from Singapore. So Pelosi was in Singapore just this morning, and then she head over to Kuala Lumpur. I didn't even notice that, and then she just disappeared from Kuala Lumpur by the time I tried to log in and see what the hell is happening. So that's not very nice to the Malaysians though. So let's see what is the latest information. Pelosi, let's search Pelosi. I'm not sure what's the latest information that we get. So we have some people know, like this is Chinese, so obviously this is some kind of a Chinese troll or bot or something, the kind of stupid number behind. And also say quickly come to Taiwan, this in Chinese. So some people are dying for a war between Taiwan and China, and of course the China nationals are really very bullish about it because they know that they are overpowered, militarily speaking, compared to Taiwan. But I think they are really not ready for a shock of how difficult it is to actually attack an island. I mean, in World War II, the United States have to develop a whole new set of military hardwares and strategies to actually do the island hopping, and no one else has that capability in World War II except for the Americans. So that's how difficult it is to actually do island hopping, to invade an island, and a lot of people will actually die. Someone say I'm very sexy man. Yeah, my wife would think so. You hope China will shoot down the plane, and yeah, voyage. You wouldn't want them to shoot down the plane. All of us is going to die in World War 3. Hello from Taipei. Hi, Jiang Xiping. I think that's how you pronounce. I don't know how to pronounce that 中间的那个字. Hello from Taipei. Good luck to you. Hopefully you will survive this stream. Which country should I avoid to go to? Should I go to avoid war? Africa. I think maybe Africa. New Zealand might be decent. New Zealand. Oh, I got super chats. John T, good to see you live. Thank you so much. And And Soundmaster 91, thanks for going live at this time. Let's pray peace prevail. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. I didn't expect that. I was like, I totally forgot about the super chat thing. Sorry, I didn't comb my hair. It's really horrible. Because this came out like, because I did a video. I'm not sure if you have saw it. I put it on the DPA IRL, and I thought that she's not on this plane. I thought that she's on a passenger plane, and then because you just look at this route, this is a stupid route, you see. Who the hell will fly in this way to go to Taipei from Malaysia? There's a perfectly nice, even curvy, straightish route. Like, you can say that you're heading to Manila, and then after that you can, on the last minute change your destination to Taipei. Why the hell do you go one big round, south of Malaysia, south of Sarawak, Sabah, and then over Sulawesi, and then go around Philippines? That's so stupid. Yeah, I will be a bit slow in terms of reading of the live chat because so many of you are sending stuff. I just saw Cherry. What do you think SG will do if Taiwan and China go to war? I think, realistically speaking, Singapore will be helping in terms of logistics. That means Singapore port will be used by the allied forces as a supply base. I don't think Singapore military will go to war, but we will secure the entire Malacca Straits. So Singapore military will likely, cover this entire straits, especially this area. Perhaps we will even help all the way up to this is Natuna Island. Singapore might actually go to help out the Indonesians to secure the Natuna Island. So Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore will actually create some kind of a cover, air cover, or a navy shield around this area to prevent conflict to spill over to our side. But it's very tricky because this entire area here is heavily militarized. If you have watched, which I think many of you didn't watch, if you have watched the video on the South China Sea one, where I introduced all the different islands, you will probably know how militarized this place is. It's nonsensical, the way how it's militarized. Kosovo is Serbia, whatever. Yeah. My country, Vietnam, is next to the war zone. Yes. The problem with this war, with this potential war, is that the worry is this will actually become a major war. If we go into a major war, Taiwan is not going to be fighting alone, and Japan and South Korea will definitely enter war along with the United States. And when United States will go to war, UK will go to war, and then EU will be pressured by US within the NATO alliance to go to war. And then you can say goodbye to the Ukraine war because no one will give a damn about Ukraine anymore. And then India will also probably be helping out in some ways. They will not probably go to war in a very direct way. Vietnam will be in very, 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 very high alert. I'm not sure I don't think Vietnam would dare to enter a war. Firstly, Vietnam is still a communist country, and with the land border, it is really dangerous to actually go to war. I mean, to help out Taiwan, but they will act as a very good shield for the rest of the Southeast Asia, like Laos and Thailand. So because the Chinese will not dare to provoke the Vietnamese, because Vietnamese military is very fierce, defensively speaking. I don't think offensively per se. Danny Dove Cook cooperation. Actually, I don't even watch a single stream of the Danny Davidoff. So I know that he's pretty famous because of the Ukraine war. So and he's very, very pro-Ukraine. That's what I know. And the DPA Discord channel likes him a lot. They put a lot of memes of him, which I do not get the joke. Sorry for all the slowness of reading because you guys are sending quite a lot of stuff. How many of you guys are now on? I actually have no idea. And let me see. Oh, 530 of you. Oh my god, there's so many people watching my face. I didn't put makeup, you know. So let me what else can I, because so now what I will be doing is also that I will be digging information live. So in case you don't know, this is the DPA IRL channel. There's only 1.2k, so I'm sure many of you haven't actually saw this channel. I want to keep track of what is the latest happening. Let's go to Taiwan. They are the same country, man. So what is the latest that we can find? If you haven't saw, so half the world is watching Smart 19, you see? Yeah, we are one of this half of the world. Greetings from Mexico. Hi, Ernesto. Pelosi leads to World War 3. Young Mimi. Maybe. So you see, even Flight Radar 24 is really excited about this. So protests against Pelosi visiting Taiwan. People forget how what is United States. United States is the sole real superpower in the world. They are the supposedly most powerful country in the world. So if United States shies away from a threat from China, then this Biden's administration will totally collapse the entire status of United States. It's already quite bad now because of Afghanistan retreat, because of the inability to really help Ukraine, and the way how the Arab world, the Middle East countries are not giving the respect to United States, how Iran is actually overthrowing the entire nuclear deal. This like, come on, we don't care, we're going to build our nuclear power plant. Israel is also becoming very rebellious against the United States because they don't really like Biden. So it's really very bad. If USA with Nancy Pelosi do not land on freaking Taipei, I tell you, the United States will totally lost its status overnight. This is the kind of game, the game of chicken that they have put themselves in. And the same thing goes for China. China have put out so much threat, so much propaganda, the videos, how powerful the military is, then they do all the military exercises. And if they do not do something, militarily speaking, because of that's what the foreign ministry of speaker says, they will also look very bad. So if you want to know what could happen, I believe that if they actually do any form of military operation, they will not probably hit the main island of Taiwan. They will actually go and take over this. Oh no! Oh, this is not my flight monitor. So funny. Okay, they will actually go for Kinmen. This area here, you see these two islands, Kinmen County and this big Kinmen, small Kinmen. This is actually belongs to Taiwan. Taiwan official name is actually Republic of China. They are actually China. Taiwan is China. So the People's Republic of China is all around it. It's surrounding the entire of Kinmen County, and all these tanks and amphibious armored vehicles you might have saw on Twitter or any other sources that is gathering on the coast, they will probably go for Kinmen County. However, even this move, China will be really worried, because if they were to invade even Kinmen, these two useless islands, the sanctions that will come onto China will be worse than what is applied onto Russia. And China is not Russia. Russia is the closest thing to a superpower other than United States, because Russia have natural resources. Basically, Russia can literally not need the outside world. They can survive perfectly fine. They have all the resources they want. They have oil, they have gas. Just like United States can also go totally pacifist, totally non-trading, and then they will still survive. No, of course, life quality of life will be shit, but they will not die. China will die. China needs oil, they need gas, they do not have enough food, they do not have enough natural resources. Trade is ultimate and absolutely important to China, which is why a sanction that was applied to Russia will absolutely kill off the Chinese economy. And so which is why China can never become a proper superpower unless they can become, like the British Empire, where they have a lot of colonies all around the world, which means they need to be able to project power, which is also why they're building aircraft carriers. So China is a bit dangerous because they do not have the resources. Similarly to Japan in World War II, prior to World War II, Japan is also having this problem of resources, and because they do not have the resources, they are under pressure diplomatically by the United States, and the United States decided to apply some kind of sanction, some kind of embargo on Japan, and Japan realized that should the United States succeed, Japan will cease to be able to continue to grow, which is why they decided that they have no choice but to go to war in World War II, and then take the oil-rich region, here in Borneo. This entire island is Borneo, and get the rubber from Malaysia, and all sort of this kind of reasoning. And then they needed to conquer the entire of Southeast Asia so that they are able to sustain themselves. And however, they successfully conquered the whole thing, but the logistic and resupply was hell because all the supply ships, bringing all the resources and cargo back to Japan, all got sunk by United States submarines in World War II. So that didn't work very well. And the current China, the People's Republic of China, is perfectly aware of this history, which is why they know where is their vulnerability, which is why they want to secure the entire South China Sea. They have all the military base over there to prevent any blockade or raiding against their trading ships. And of course, why Taiwan is very important, because without Taiwan, they are unable to protect this area here. That means any Western powers or adversaries can able to sail very close to China's coast before suddenly appear on the horizon. So the Chinese concern is always a very out of this vulnerable feeling. China is very insecure as a country despite their size. I saw Special Military Ops say China won't shoot down Pelosi's plane. I actually agree, because it will be worse than just invading Kinmen. You shoot down Pelosi, despite I'm not a fan of her. I don't really like her. I do not know how she can able to climb until such a high rank. But shooting down her means declaration of war on United States. It's literally World War III. So I don't even think China wants that. Live wired is best wired. Really? I don't know. I wanted to do live for some time. I just didn't know when is the right time, and I'm very busy as well. So China number one. Which China? Republic of China? China is a big country, but has a mindset. Yes, correct. This is one of my so to the moon say China is a big country and has the mindset of a small country is exactly what I always think of China. They are extremely powerful. Do you know that the Chinese military, the size of Chinese military, is bigger than all the militaries in Southeast Asia combined? And Southeast Asia is one of the most militarized region in the world. Vietnam, have huge army. Singapore have a ridiculous huge army as well, given our size. Then we have Indonesia, one of the most populous country in the world. And all the military here, and of course not to mention Myanmar as well. Myanmar is a military country. All these military countries combining together, we are still not the match of China. That's how huge China's military is. And given that kind of power and size, they are extremely vulnerable. They are so scared of everything. And but that's China. China is being China. And just now I saw Martin saying, "You're hi from Malaysia." Hi. Vagina on top and down. Yeah. But I was saying that was I'm trying to be very serious, because they have to fight around on top of vagina and below of vagina to reach Zai Seve, right? So Singapore have ballistic missiles like HIMARS. Oh yes, Singapore have more HIMARS than Ukraine, which is why and okay, so talking about HIMARS, so we are now off track. We are not talking about Pelosi. Singapore have more HIMARS than Ukraine, but we have never hyped about HIMARS, like never. To us, HIMARS is just another artillery system. We do not really think like, wow, we got HIMARS, we got to defeat all our enemies. It never came out that way. We are more excited about our Leopard tanks. Well, Leopard tanks are cool. We got F-15s, we got F-16s, and our F-16s are one of the best F-16s versions out there as well. F-15 SG is also one of the top-notch F-15s, and we have very cool, frigates. So HIMARS is so ugly. I do not know why Ukraine love it so much. HIMARS is not Gundam. Exactly. M777 is the Gundam, right? Which are getting destroyed every single day. If you read the Russian Ministry of Defense report, every single day they are destroying M777s. Sukhoi 35 fighter jets is crossing the Taiwan Straits, according to Yuan Tantian Global Times. Yeah. It sounds as if the Taiwanese do not have air defense. Taiwan have very powerful air defense as well. So I do not really think the Chinese want to suicide. But of course, you see, with the reports of Chinese jets are flying towards Taiwan. Let's see what happens. I'm getting a bit excited about dying in World War III now. Oh, I saw a super chat. Baby Gerald, thank you for all your hard work. Your channel has been essential to maintaining my sanity during these absurd times. If nothing else, the term tampon bridge will be with us forever. Yeah. For those that do not know about the story of the tampon bridge, one of the summary, because I'm sure not everyone watched every single summary. One of the summary, I was describing pontoon bridges. I was talking about pontoon bridges, and I just came out naturally. It's not on purpose. I just say tampon bridge, and it took me a while before I realized I said it wrongly, and then the words got stuck, and then forever tampon bridge become a thing. So yeah, tampon forever. So I'm a huge fan of your page. Sub since 150 subs. Wow, thanks Eddie Prowse. World is getting real spicy, and glad you're here to analyze it. Support from Chicago. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I really appreciate all this support that I get from you guys. Sometimes I used to say this appreciation things a lot more during the first month or two, but I want to say it again. I really highly appreciate all this support I get. The channel only had 20 subs at the beginning of the Ukraine war. Only 20. So today, even on this live stream, I got now I have 952 viewers, 958. So it's massive, and you cannot imagine how big a change it is to my life. But of course, half of that life is reading propaganda of the Ukraine war from both sides. It's not just in the Ukraine side, but Russian side as well. It's just full of propaganda, digging through endless nonsense just to plot a few points on the stupid map. So that's the biggest change in my life. So now I can no longer rest in peace. I'm like, every day I'm just thinking, oh no, I haven't do my summary, and oh no, I haven't do my summary. 3 days already I haven't do my summary. So yeah, that is so disturbing. So let's see what is the latest on Taiwan. China say it is in communication with US over Pelosi's expected Taiwan visit. The truth is, the US military have no power over Pelosi. They cannot stop Pelosi from going to Taiwan. Neither is Biden. Remember, there's a separation of power in the United States. You have the Congress, and then you have the which is the lower house, and then you have the Senate, and then you have Biden, which is the president, the White House. The White House have no power over Pelosi. Pelosi is literally the leader of the Congress. So so Xi Jinping telling Biden, don't play with fire, 不要玩火. It's pointless because he don't decide where Pelosi goes. So yeah, it just makes Biden look weak. It makes Trump look stupid as well, because Trump just cannot get things passed, but so do Obama, right? What is actually the problem? Democrat working for China companies. I'm not sure if the Democrats that works for the communist Chinese. It's more like the Democrats, not just the Democrats. In fact, most of the establishment politicians in the United States are supported by super PACs, or fund, or this what do you call it? What is it called? The corporate donations. So because all these corporate funds donate to the politician have to do something for them. In Singapore, that is called corruption, but in United States, that is called democracy. So very weird stuff. We Asians do not understand the American thinking. Yeah. I love my country, but not its media. Which country you from? Air siren is Fijang. What is Fijang? Where is Fijang? Dark money, lobbying. Yeah, lobbying. Yes, the word lobby. Yeah, corporate lobby. That in Singapore, corporate lobby is actually corruption, because it is corruption. You are giving money to a politician, and then the politician needs your money to run for the election. That is a totally broken system. In fact, even electronic voting, I think that's also a broken system. I prefer paper votes with serial number. That's what Singapore do, and Singapore's election is like, is really legit. You cannot really stuff votes. You cannot corrupt it. There is no counting. There is no verification process all over the place. So the numbers of people registering to vote, the number of votes in the final box counted, number of votes is given. Not everything is tracked. So Singapore is legitimately the single party state by the legitimate democracy. We really vote in one majority party. It's one of those things that you guys in the West don't understand. Crispy praise. There is no crew. There's only me actually. So he said thank you DPA crew for your hard work and also actually there's only me working. So I have some volunteers helping out, like for the Discord channel. I'm very appreciative for all the mods in the Discord. They are doing a great job. One party nanny state. Yes, that's exactly what we are. So Philippines #1. Philippines I used to know that Philippines is one of the most advanced country in the early days of ASEAN, in the early days of Southeast Asia. Then after that, I think politics caused it to not grow. The West will never understand Singapore. Yes. What is discount channel? What is discount channel? I don't know. Yes. And okay, so Pelosi plane is now descending into Taiwan. Let's see. My session has timed out. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm cheapo. I didn't buy a subscription, so now I got timed out. Can it refresh? I just put it on the one side first. Let's refresh the latest Taiwan. Let's go to Pelosi. Let's see if we get anything. Oh, so since we missed that part, the SPA 19 turn in away from the airline route into Taiwan, over the Taiwan airspace. That's like a minute ago. Oh no, how do I get the flight radar thing back on channel? Let me find the link again. Oops. Sorry. That is not on purpose. So is it Lenny? She's underwater right now. Yeah, Slava Dipani. Snoop Dogg for president. You really do not want another celebrity to be president, especially not United States. Oh no, no, I can't get it to work. The flight radar 24 is very overwhelmed. The traffic, so we can only based on what we see on Twitter now. So see, so pretty this grandma. Answer honestly, a frustrated 82 years old grandmother can start a war. A world doesn't deserve better. Start from elite families and big corporations, you will understand the world. What do you mean by start? Reborn? But I don't mind reincarnate as a rich person's kid. We did DDoS on flight radar. Yeah, that's basically what we did. No, a million, I think a million views on flight radar actually takes it down. Just like you guys sometimes takes down the Defense Politics Asia website. Pretty catalog. Do you understand what is sarcasm? Every sirens in China. North say there's air sirens in China. What happened? They're gonna bomb themselves. So, like what Russia always do, or what Ukraine always do. The Doom plane landed in Hawaii first. What's the chance of Pelosi chilling there and send a remote control team? Cannot be what? The JC Dayton. She was in Singapore. She took photos with our politicians. How can it be an empty plane? Fuck. So some interesting facts. You know, when I was doing the recording for the Ukraine war, the summary, my hands also do this kind of thing, you know. It's like I will like start to talk like this, you know, then I realized that I'm not on camera. Then so sometimes I'll try to emphasize something, but these hands, you can't see them. So Xi Jinping is the new rocket man. No one can replace the rocket man. Do you know that Kim Jong-un, the rocket man, he's the same age as me. So, you know, I have existential crisis when I think this guy is the leader of a freaking country. He's literally a king, and what the hell am I doing in my life? So, and that was like almost 10 years ago. So, C is small dog now. He will be disposed. Oh, Xi Jinping have been securing power for the past, you know, maybe 10 years, 8 to 10 years. And he have, from my understanding, from my very vague understanding of the Chinese politics, is that they, oh, thank you, Mason. The Chinese politics, you see, I got lost because of Mason sent a super chat. I was like, that he saluted me, so I have to salute back. So the Chinese politics, from my vague understanding, is that there was a few factions, and these factions are all the different former presidents, like Hu Jintao and then Jiang Zemin. So all these different presidents are factions. They are very powerful. They have a lot of allies, a lot of subordinates under them. You know, you can think of them like mafia. You know, they are all like different mafia bosses, and then they have a whole chain of all the different lieutenants and captains and gangs, you know, all below them. And then all these different factions, they fight very strategically against one another. They plot against each other. Maybe and they are all involved in business as well. So they business fight each other. Sometimes they might have they use political means, legal means to fight each other, get each other arrested. And then there came a point where they do not know who to be the next leader. Xi Jinping is not part of any faction. So he's very quiet. He seems like a very nice guy. Seems like, you know, very easy to control. He can do he's very hardworking. So I think, so from my vague understanding, so they decided, you know, all the different factions decided to let Xi Jinping to be the leader. Little do they know, this very quiet and humble guy suddenly, after becoming the premier, flexed his muscle and started, you know, this massive anti-corruption campaign. And this anti-corruption campaign is anti-corruption is a very funny thing because everybody is corrupted in China. So if you go on an anti-corruption campaign, you can literally arrest anyone you want because you can almost always get something, woman, money, or anything. So so Xi Jinping started to take out a lot of the major players within the Chinese politics. And one of the big one was, I think I forgot his name. He was one of the leader, I think in Wuhan or something like that. Then Singapore was like, we know that he's going to be the next leader. So we went to, curry flavor with him, support him. Then after that, he got arrested. That's when, Xi Jinping, really don't like us. And there's this Po Xilai, correct, to the moon, correct, Po Xilai. So just Singapore was like, we predicted that he will be the next leader, and then so we tried to make good relationship with him. Then after that, Po Xilai was being arrested for alleged treason. He was like allegedly plotting some assassination or some overthrowing of Xi Jinping or something like that. Because I'm not particularly very versed, and then that screw up the entire Singapore-Chinese relationship. How many times did they say Rocket Man is dead? I don't know. She has landed. Oh my god, she has landed. Let's find. Has she landed? Sorry, sometimes when I'm talking, right, I'm not even reading the chat. So I'm a bit like, oh, there's super chats. Oh, Redeemer, you didn't say anything. So thank you, Redeemer. Thank you. And then there's another Redeemer. Oh, Duff Testicle for President. Oh, yeah. I think you're Duff Testicle. Thank you so much for the super chat. All this is, I really appreciate. I really, didn't expect anything. I just simply, I thought this is a very interesting, event, and then we should, have fun together. Then we can chit chat as well, because I really wanted to chat with you guys. Just that, I was like really, really, swamped, very, very swamped. So it has not been easy for me to try to talk to you guys. Sometimes you can see that some of the summary is always late. She has landed. Come on. Let's see. What is the latest? Pelosi has landed. Oh no. We are World War 3. 10% for the big guy. Hope she landed as the plane was shot down. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Anya, I'm sure you are China, right? You're from China, right? With that very Western name. Yeah, Yoslav 41. When do you think the UA war will end? Before winter. If China fight with Taiwan, I tell you, it will end really by the end of this year. No money, no weapons will go to Ukraine anymore. Nobody will give a damn about Ukraine anymore. Ukraine had always been that country that nobody give a damn about. Then suddenly, out of the blue, because of the Russian invasion, suddenly Ukraine is like the shining democracy that we all look up to. The kind of hypocrisy, I just can't stand it. Pelosi for Antichrist for prison. I don't think Pelosi deserves prison. I think Hillary Clinton is more like a more yeah. I don't want to get strike, so I don't want to say anything. I told you, US will blink. Blink what? Alexandro, you are so slow. Yeah. Pelosi is demon. They don't really like Pelosi. Blah, blah, blah. What do you think the joint forces of Russia and China can challenge the US dominance? Russia will not help China in China's war, just like China did not help Russia in Russia's war. Russia and China are rivals. They are just helping each other at this moment because it's convenient, because they have a common enemy, and this common enemy is very, very powerful. The United States with Europe is extremely powerful. So don't expect Russia to come and help China. Russia is not really the USSR. They are not the Soviets of the post-World War II. They do not have the manpower nowadays to engage in two major wars on two different fronts. and helping China is actually self-pawning, because China is a massive threat to Russia. China is the only country that can literally just invade and give Russia one hell of a fight. Despite I would think Russia will still win due to technological age, but no, Russia and China don't really trust each other. So viral show air raid siren. So this air raid siren in Fujian. As you can see, everyone is panicking. Yeah, everyone is panicking. Surface to air missile is shooting. A lot of AA guns firing, and 2 little dots of reflections like flying saucers. Yeah. Alright. What? That is not the purpose of an air raid siren. The purpose of an air raid siren is there's missiles or enemy aircraft flying over, and then you need to hide. That's why you have an air raid siren. You don't just on air raid sirens for nothing. You're gonna get people to ignore it over time. Like the Ukrainians nowadays they just ignore the air raid siren. They're so used to it. They're so bored of the air raid sirens. They just can't be bothered. Yeah, the allegedly the air raid siren is in China. It's not in Taiwan. So Singapore every year also air raid siren. Yeah, correct. So Singapore, we have the air raid siren on the every year, the day that we surrendered, or is it the first bomb that dropped in Singapore or surrendered? So we have the first image of the landing of Pelosi, the third highest ranking official of the US government in Taiwan. So history has been made. We are all gonna die. We are all gonna die. So this is the road that they took. They suddenly turned in, flew across the mountains, and turned around Taoyuan city, and then landed in Taipei city. So the ball is now on China's court. What do you think China will do? Yeah, North say China is emasculated exactly by a old auntie, that still thinks that she's a teenage girl. Sometimes some of the footages I see Pelosi, especially during Trump's era, is really cute, because she really behaved like a young girl. She's really very excitable. So this is the landing. Then it landed, and to be honest, my heart rate is actually higher now because I'm so worried. Actually, I'm so damn worried. I can only mix dark humor, dark jokes, just to keep myself calm, because I'm really worried that China will do something stupid. Unconfirmed combat contacts reported that Taiwanese aircraft opened fire. Holy shit! Do you see this tweet by Spritia? Yeah, your heart is about to drop, right, Weak Union? So CIA planned operations. Okay, so about CIA, I don't think CIA is actually that embedded in Taiwan. You have to understand how Taiwan is a country, Republic of China is a country that is technically still at war with People's Republic of China. They are still inside a technical civil war, just like North and South Korea. So the Chinese, both, especially in the Republic of China, which is Taiwan, they have extremely stringent or very careful intel networks that tracks try to track spies, because there's a lot of spies working on both sides in China and in Taiwan, and this has been ongoing all the while, even today. Like if you have watched the Taiwan headlines, the China Taiwan focus that I published, you have seen that just a month or two ago, Taiwan arrested 2 very high-ranking retired military officers for espionage. Yeah. So, damn, I'm so worried, and I cannot see the flight map. Can I open now? the flight radar is totally broken. They tell me that I have to wait 17 minutes. By the time 17 minutes, the plane will be gone already. Goodness. Do you think China will make special military operation in Taiwan? No, China will outright invade Taiwan. It's not even a special military operation. China and Taiwan is technically still at war. Yeah, the relationship is very strange because no, it's because people do not want to face the reality. So and then no money, no, the People's Republic of China love to use money to corrupt people. They will entice everyone with the huge market, a lot of money to be earned, and a lot of people enter China to do business, to invest into China, and most of them got burnt because they cannot get the money out. When they bring in technology and know-how, their company got copied and duplicated into a Chinese company, and this is very, very common. A lot of people who went in to do business, they just lost money, and then the Chinese will take all their know-how and then they start their own businesses. So Taiwan is the same. They got enticed by the huge market, and because it's Chinese speaking, so it's very easy for the Taiwanese, which is why they went in and then they got trapped, because it's a trap. You see, it's an economic trap. You see, man, can't even kill old. Goodness. Yeah, showing my IP. Yeah, people are very worried about me showing my IP. The how Singapore internet works a bit differently. The IP is actually shared, so no one can just hack my computer through the IP. Not so simple. What would Taiwan do if China captured Kim County? To be honest, I don't think Taiwan can do much. Taiwan can't beat China, just like Ukraine can't beat Russia. But Russia can beat Ukraine, but China does not guarantee can beat Taiwan, because it's an island. Just like Nazi Germany in World War II have no means of defeating the British, especially if you can give them resupplies and then control of the sea, which is why the Chinese have so much navy, because they read history. China is very, very smart country, just that their system just kills them. Oh, Reuters stream. Sorry, I should know better. I should have went for some other live stream, like some what do you call it? Forget it. I cannot remember a lot of things. What is it called? Never mind. Matrix. Okay, Pelosi. Let's see if we can go live. So this is Straits Times. So let's watch Straits Times. Sorry, yeah. So we can. This is Straits Times is from Singapore. So we can see that they are here. They're shaking hands. Oh, there you see the beautiful auntie in pink. She definitely will stand out. Oh, she wear a mask. Again, that makes her face look very, very long. That makes her look so sad. Yeah, pink really make her really, really stand out. And she's leading a high level delegation along with her, if I'm not wrong. So, and I can tell you, this trip is not friendly to China. This trip is to discuss about how to defend Taiwan, and there is already a bipartisan bill being submitted to provide Taiwan with land lease. So if they provide Taiwan with land lease, Taiwan is going to get all the advanced weapons, from the United States that Ukraine can't even get. Can I confirm reports of siren going on in southern China? I just show you on the Twitter, right? So that's oops. So I cannot show you. I can't show you this. I cannot show you this. I cannot show you this. Yeah, fuck. All my work stuff. Goodness. Live stream is so dangerous. I got Luckily, I did not open porn. Fujian. Let's go to. Do you have anything live in Fujian that we can see? Live cam. I don't think this is live, right? This is at night already. So not sure. I think this one I can use this to open Twitter instead. So okay, I don't want to see the person. Do we have any other footages? Bloomberg. Sorry, I forgot about you guys. I was trying to like find some things for you to see. What genre you are? Andy 0770. What do you think? What do you mean by genre? Movie or games? He played Rainbow, member Barry. Yes, I actually do, I'm a game modder for Rainbow. I actually mods quite a number of games, but I have thrown it aside because I'm so busy with DPA. If not, I actually did quite a few very legendary mods for Rainbow. Get to use ad blockers, DPA. Yeah, I auto filter ads. I don't really see ads actually. Yeah, so it's reported aircraft open fire in the Taiwan Strait. This is worrying. Taiwan. Latest. How any advice where to get the latest information in terms of all this fire? Fortnite is for kids, right? Rim Job. Yeah, I don't dare to touch Rim Job. Rim Job is a very scary mod. Okay. Fight. Taiwan news. Let's see Taiwan news. So she's landed. Okay, fighter, fire. Let's see if we can find some of this information. What kind of fucking retard doesn't block ads? Me, I just tell you I don't block ads. Oh my god. Not our DPA boy. Yeah. Telegram. Telegram. That's a good. Who should I go to, man? Telegram. So if you are not on the if you are not on the DPA Telegram, there is a DPA Telegram, and then there is also a DPA chat, which people just can't stop fighting against each other. Oh, actually, I can just use the Telegram, right? Because the chat members are very actively we got. Oh, I need to off the audio because it's going to be very loud for you guys, I think. So she is really old. She walked very slowly down the staircase. Yeah. And how dare she wear reds? She already wear pink. You should wear black. No respect. So let's scroll down to the latest. No Sukhoi 35 crossed the Taiwan Strait, but other types of PLA aircraft did. This definitely caught me on the first half. I did not expect the second half of that sentence. China had to be the adult in the room. If China is the adult in the room, right, we wouldn't be in this situation. Who is the thick woman in white? I don't know which one. I really lost it. This one? Actually, I have no idea. So she's drunk after this flight. Yeah. So at least we have some, according to Global Intel Watch, forwarded by the Berlin actor, no Sukhoi 35 cross, but there are other PLA aircraft. So still, this is not like it's not very you see, you can hear my voice a bit trembling. It is not very good news. This is a bit too exciting for me. I can't take it. Oh, then this is the landing video. You see Pelosi is sitting by the window. Yeah, in this very blurred video, they landed safely. perhaps there's a reason why they are going such a big long way, because I think maybe they are already weak. The US intelligence probably know something, which is why they went a super long way. That could be the reason. Let's move on to ASB military news. Chinese Foreign Ministry issued a strong statement, expressed strong protest and condemnation. This seriously violates the principle of one China. The provision of China-US communique urged US not to play the Taiwan card to control China. What the hell is a Taiwan card to control China? What? So I'm waiting for. So the Foreign Ministry issued a very strong statement. They said that don't play with fire, and the Chinese military will not sit. They will not sit and wait and not do anything. They will act. So I'm still waiting for them to act, which is why I'm a bit nervy now. And if they do not act, then it's going to look rather bad. So let's say Taipei Live. Reuters. 3, 2, 1. China final warning is a joke. Yeah, have you seen the post that I shared on about the final warning? I think I should show you guys here. It's really, really funny. Hi Toasty. The autocorrect. So anyway, just hi Toasty. Toasty is Trife 103. So if you guys are on Telegram as well, you can just talk to everyone here. If I actually saw it. Hello DPA, hello. Kamikaze grandma. Okay, kamikaze. So there is this China's final warning. So this is a Russian proverb to mean the warning that carries no rules. So it's a Russian thing. I didn't read carefully just now. So it's a Russian thing. Oh my god. So China's final warning. And then, so the precise number of Chinese warning is difficult to evaluate. It is considered to have occurred more than 900 times by the end of 1964. And that's only 1964. Wait till you count until 2022. Oh god. Final warning. So, Russia is real power. Hi, 1054 of you guys. Welcome to the stream that you look at my face and look at my Telegram or Twitter and YouTube. Hope you enjoy this pointless stream that we will watch before we all die. China wants war with ROC, not US. I don't think China have a choice. I don't think it's up to China to choose. Jazz hand. I have baby hands. I don't have jazz hand. I have like a Donald Trump hand. Baby hands. It's so small. So, China Army. So, I forgot about this China Army thing. So Pelosi's plane landed in. Pro-Western Taiwanese came out to meet Pelosi. I don't think she have a chance to meet Pelosi at all. Unconfirmed report there are contacts with fighters of the Air Force and Taiwan and China. Taiwanese plane open fire. Rightfully so, if the China fighters are the one that cross over the border. Small hands means a small. Maybe. I'm Chinese anyway. I'm Asian. Finding a face behind DPA voice. Hi SD. Welcome to my face. I expect China to retaliate in the coming hours or tomorrow. Dante, if they do it only tomorrow, that is already a joke. No, to be honest. They are supposed to act now. I doesn't realize we are just waiting for the nuclear shockwave to hit his face. So we can get prepared. Yeah. Yeah, that is the reason why you are watching this stream, right? Selfie as a keepsake. And then, okay, so Weibo microblogging service is disconnected due to Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. So Beijing decided to temporarily take these measures not to spread news in its media and not get out of control in the situation in the country, which is true. So the if you do not know already, China have its own internet. Not in a North Korean way. So North Korea is literally an intranet. China internet blocks so many sites, basically almost most of the Western social media, that they literally live in their own world. They have their own version of Facebook, which is not a Facebook, which is their own version of Twitter, their own version of even Wikipedia, search engine, YouTube. They all have their own versions, and they have even their own stuff that we don't have, like TikTok, which came from China. So when China does this, is because they want a total control over the narrative and conversations that are being taken online, to prevent people from organizing, and prevent people from spreading information that they do not want you to spread. And this is why they have this great cyber war of China. And TikTok is not Chinese. Censor snitch. TikTok is Chinese. Okay? It's called what's the Chinese name called? It's by ByteDance. ByteDance is a Chinese company. So don't spread Chinese propaganda here. It doesn't work on me. I'm Chinese. I know China very well. No lah, I just joking. I don't know China very well. Fire caliber missile to calibrate. I don't think China have caliber missiles. So VPN is an easy way. No, you can VPN. The thing is, it is still an effort. Yes, Douyin. Thanks, Jiang. Yeah, Douyin. TikTok used to be called Douyin. Douyin is actually vibration sound, a vibrating sound. So, which is why the logo, is like you having some eye problem. That's why it is. TikTok just. How old am I? Is that an insult or is that a question? I'm 39. I'm already not young. So sometimes when people say, "Are you still a kid?" Doing YouTube games, I was like, why? The military confrontation break out between. I think it already broke out if some of this information were to be taken honestly, or to be taken truthfully. So China decided to lighten the flames of the PLA from 4th to 7th to conduct exercise in 6 areas around the island of Taiwan. Yeah, right. I tell you, this area and this area, you're gonna become a skirmish. You're gonna fight. This area is definitely no go because the US aircraft carrier will be here. This area is definitely no go as well because the Japanese will be there. The Japanese and the Taiwanese will be there. So let me show you. This area here is not empty, Okay, let me bring up the other map. So let's refresh this. So according to just now that post, the Chinese intending to do exercise here. This area belongs to the Japanese. You can't do any exercise here. It's not possible. The US carrier is here, so they are not going to be there as well. This area here, is definitely going to end up in a firefight. They can't get near there without the Taiwanese challenging them, and they're going to not do an exercise. They literally will be firefighting. And especially here as well, because Pratas Island, this is actually belongs to the Taiwanese. So you can see this is a proper military air base. Dongsha Dao. This Taiwanese aircraft will have to fly through here. So you want to do a military exercise here blocking international trade? No, it's not so simple. Not so simple unless you really want a World War situation. Dude, shut up about the firefight talk. Who? You tell me to stop. Okay, so yeah. So in case you guys haven't seen this before, there's a lot of military bases. It's very, very militarized in South China Sea. So in case you never seen this before, yeah. So do we have any more news we can see from here? Let's see Intel Glory. There Yeah, everybody just say it's open fire, but we have no details of what kind of open fire as well. I'm worried about sub though. Sub is what? Submarine. Thank you, Marco. Thanks for your love. So I wish that we can have more information about the firefight. Air Force. So the thing about this kind of information is that it can be fake news. So I have covered Ukraine war so much that sometimes this kind of information, right, is fake. Especially in the first day of war, in Ukraine came out with so much of this nonsense. I lost faith in the Ukraine leadership within the first week, because every single thing that came out from the Ukrainian side is all nonsensical. So this kind of thing, don't trust it. Take it with a pinch of salt. MSG if you like, or soya sauce if you don't want to lose all your hair. Switzerland is no longer neutral. I agree. Switzerland is no longer neutral. China suspend imports of food supplies. Yeah. There's no other way. They're not going to trade after this. You lose hair because of MSG. Yes, you didn't know. MSG, well, if you eat too much MSG, your hair will drop off. This is what at least we Asians like to say, although we still use MSG a lot. So when we cook at home, we don't like to use MSG. But when we go out, the food sold outside often have a lot of MSG. And how do you know if a food have MSG? After you eat, you get very, very thirsty. Yeah, this is defense politics Asia. We don't talk about food. So dozens of US Air Force fighter jets have been lifted from base in Japan to Taiwan. I wonder what is this about. Maybe this is to provide escort for the Pelosi's plane. China closes its airspace to civil aviation in the direction of Taiwan Strait. Oh, so the aircraft carrying Nancy Pelosi was escorted by Taiwanese fighter jets. That's nice. It's really, really tense. I know my heart rate is really higher. So MSG is a bioweapon. Yeah, MSG makes food taste good. Just don't snort it. Hi, Grace. Yeah, so are you disappointed? This is how I look. I feel a bit disappointed as well. They prefer to play the long game. Don't bother panicking until the first bomb drops. The problem is we don't even know if the bombs dropped, because all the information is delayed. 1.1. Oh, now it's 1.1k already. Hi everybody. Welcome to my face. Okay, what else do we have? I'm trying to look for information to confirm if there's any. Oh, this guy called Modified Holmes say second US fighter jet shot down by Chinese fighter jet. Not fake. One US Air Force fighter jet shot down by Chinese. Shocking! Hashtag shocking. This is what fake news look like. This is what fake news look like, because where's the source? A lot of things that we read on Twitter. So I think it's a good opportunity to help to educate you guys, since I'm dealing with fake news on the daily basis. Always we need to identify who actually are sources. So random Twitter accounts usually are not sources. So sources are people who have private knowledge, private contact with people on the ground, so that they have first time information. And if these people do not have, then it's not likely that they are able to have information that no one else knows about. Which is why in the Ukraine war is similar. Like there is always this talk about this offensive on the western side of Kherson, where from Alexandrivka the Ukrainian force is launching counter-offensive or offensive. And then there will always be this one or two Twitter account that's starting all these things. And then where is the source? Where did they get this information from? How come nobody else knows about it? That is the key. So without knowing where is the source, or where are the source? No, for example, if Reuters say something, Reuters is very credible because they have journalists on the ground. They have reporters, in the scene. That's why, we trust Reuters, we trust AP. I don't really trust AFP that much, but we trust all these sources because we know they have journalists on the ground. Sometimes, a lot of the time, they have footages. They are able to credit to someone. But when you have people like Washington Times, New York Times saying that anonymous official, say this, they say that, these are poor sources. But of course, they are still a source. They are able to interview someone, they get their information. But when you go to Twitter and you have this kind of just now the kind of tweet that you saw is really hard to to imagine. You know how fast, how near the coast is. We are talking about fighter jets flying into Taiwanese airspace. This distance, right, is only 100 kilometers. And over here is 200 kilometers. How fast do you think the aircraft takes to fly from here to here? A fighter jet is really, really fast. So by now we will have seen Chinese aircraft flying over the Taiwanese airspace. So we have to be take a pinch of salt about this kind of information. Hey, stop messaging me. Wait, let me say. I'm live on YouTube. Oh, sorry. History Legends is messaging me on WhatsApp. So I was like replying. Let me turn off the sound. Notification sound, mute all notification, always mute. Sorry, that's my WhatsApp. Yeah, so if you watch History Legends, you guys, if you don't, you should go and subscribe to History Legends. He's a good friend of mine now. Hi Wesley, you look exactly how I pictured you. Oh, is that supposed to be a good thing? Do you picture me to be handsome or to be ugly? Yeah, shit, Pelosi actually did it. Olivia Young, hi, what are you expecting? Were you expecting her to land in Taiwan? Olivia, I'm 80% sure that she will land in Taiwan because she have to. If she don't, US status, the status of US in the world will instantly collapse. US have, over the past 2 years, had already the entire status and the stature of United States is already smashed due to Biden's leadership. The inability to control the oil price, the Ukraine war, the evacuation of Afghanistan, the mess that it left behind, all these little things, and then how it was snubbed by Israel, snubbed by the Arabs. If they are afraid of China now and not there to allow Nancy Pelosi to land in Taiwan, that's it, man. That is the end of US leadership in the world. Langra Gateway, yes, US still have credibility. You are very handsome and smart. Can you promote me to the general of the DPA? I actually do not have a proper system of ranks, so I actually do not know how to give you a promotion to the rank of DPA. You Asian guys don't age at all. Yes. And do you know what's the reverse? The Asians think, why are all the Western people all so old looking? Why they get old so fast? So that's what the Asian thinks. So it's the opposite. So it's not very nice, I know. Iran will have shot down the plane. What makes you think that the Chinese or the Taiwanese have not shot down each other? I don't even know what's happening. What's happening now? Will China attack Taiwan? Eventually, if they are able to. But you have a small PP. Yeah, maybe. Luckily, you're not a girl, right? Then you'll be so disappointed, falling in love with someone that have a small PP. So let's China's response so far: cyber attack against Taiwan's president office, nah. Closed airspace to civilian aircraft, nah. civil defense siren now siren in China for no reason at all. That is totally nonsensical. And China fighters heading for the Straits, which we have no idea if this is true, or no, if there is a firefight or some air-to-air combat. Massive land force mobilization along the coast. This is absolutely pointless. This is actually absolutely pointless because doing an amphibious assault is not so simple. You can get sunk very quickly, and if your entire landing force gets sunk, like what happened to the Mongols, the Yuan dynasty, when they tried to invade Japan, then they got hit by the kamikaze, which is the typhoon, and you lose your entire force on the sea. That's the end, man. And the Mongols, the Yuan dynasty, faced that twice, and that collapsed the entire dynasty. So since that second failed invasion of of Japan islands, the Yuan dynasty basically become an empty shell because they lost so much wealth in that failed invasion that basically spells the end of the dynasty. China fancy pants is no match for you. Do something. Like what? What is this doing? I think this camera is actually shooting the exit of the airport, I think. Divine Wind. Yeah, Divine Wind. Banzai. No, it's Kamikaze. Kamikaze means the god of wind, or the wind god. So Kaze is wind, Kame is god. Banzai is 1,000 years, 10,000 years. So Banzai means is so in Chinese culture, we when you greet the Chinese emperor, you say Chinese emperor 10,000 years, 10,000 years, 10,000 years age. So that means you wish the Chinese emperor to have to be able to live for 10,000 years old. But of course, it never works. None of the emperors live for that long, not even 100 years. So the Japanese are the same because we are essentially more or less the same people. So they have Banzai. So it's the same thing. Ban means one, means 10,000. Zai, I think, is age or years. So same. So it's just 10,000. So you can say Banzai DPA or DPA Banzai. I don't know which way is the correct way. I'm not very sure. I'm not very good with Japanese. Sumimasen. Yeah, repent, man. Zoran, you repent. Talk about revenge in 10 years means nothing. Talk about revenge tomorrow is also means nothing. To be honest, if the Chinese do not act now, they already look like crap in my eyes. But I don't really want them to react. But because you do not honor your words. So if the military reaction, so you can see that they are now leaving in black cars. So if the Chinese reaction to Pelosi is to launch a massive military exercises all around Taiwan, and then that does not accumulate into a actual war or operation to attack Taiwan, is lame as hell, to be honest. The next we can just send Kamala Harris to Taiwan. Like, just do it, man. Kamala Harris will blurt her way into Chinese consciousness and make them confused as hell. These people are so free to stand outside here to wait for missile strikes on them. What are you gonna do about it from the street? Yeah, you can't do much on the street. China never going to attack military, in my opinion. They are going to issue sanctions. Attacking would make them look bad internationally. Correct. This is why the entire threat by China is always going to turn out very empty. There's usually not going to have much substance in Chinese threats, because China is not insane. He's not Zelensky. He's not going to just send people to just die. China can't afford any military defeat. Not even a little bit. Because they already created this narrative of a strong and powerful country, strong and powerful military, and advanced high tech. So they cannot afford not even a small defeat. Chinese military. So because if not, the entire narrative will break. Then all the suffering that people go through to help to support, or to because a lot of the Chinese population is actually very poor. They actually have to work very hard to earn not very high salary and to buy super expensive houses, and they are willing to take all this nonsense, all this shit, and with this, maybe collective believe that, okay, at least our country is strong, at least our military is strong, no one bully us, maybe like this, in this kind of psychology. So if the Chinese military fail to live up to its reputation, this is going to cause a lot of internal problems within China. We'll put more X on TikTok as a response. Yeah. So this already defeat DPA. Yeah. If China do not act immediately, I think it's already a diplomatic defeat. Look at this non-Chinese guy assuming things about China. Who is non-Chinese? 我是华人，你 know， 我会讲华语的，你知道吗？ What the hell, man? What the hell is this not Chinese guy talking about China? Whatever, man. They took my social credits. Luckily, in fact, ever since I started DPA, around 4 years ago, I decided that I would never go to China anymore. I went to China three times. I went to Hong Kong and Macau. Hong Kong twice. And I decided that I would never enter Macau. I would never go to Hong Kong, Macau, and China anymore, because I'm worried. Because of what I see happening in Hong Kong, I realized that it's getting a bit too dangerous for anyone who have any form of public profile, even no matter how small, that have been critical of China, to actually go to Chinese controlled territory. So I decided to self-sanction myself from China, Hong Kong, and Macau. So I will not go to there until maybe Communist Party is no more, which is probably don't know when. Nathan say that the bunch of Chinese friends keep telling them that China will not invade Taiwan but will invade South Korea. No point. What's the point of invading South Korea? There's nothing there. South Korea is like a wasteland. Have you seen sceneries or scenes from Korea? The entire Korean peninsula is always gray. Like it's always very grayish. The color palette of Korea is always very grayish. The most beautiful island, the most beautiful place in Korea is Jeju Island, and Jeju Island is all the way south, near to Japan, so it have some colors of Japan. But Korea itself is a freaking colorless country, and it is only because of K-pop and K-drama that make Korea looks damn cool. If not, it's really a gray country. So I don't think China wants a gray country. China like red color. PRC can dump information they have contact on US illegal activities. Ripper, you said. So Ripper, you said that PRC have a lot of dirty secrets of the US politicians and their illegal activities, like perhaps Hunter Biden, or Joe Biden, or Clinton, or whoever. The thing is, US is corrupted as well. US is pretty corrupted. You can see high-profile people under oath lie, proven to have lied, and nothing happened to them. So releasing information or dirts on all these people doesn't work in the United States. Thank you, Eloy, for saying DPA Asia #1. DPA, the A is already Asia, so that's DPA Asia, Defense Politics Asia #1. Shoot her down. She's already down. The Robotrix, she's already landed. You can't shoot her down anymore. Now everybody is waiting at the hotel for Pelosi to arrive. And the most interesting thing is, how the hell do they know where she's going to stay? Or is this the presidential palace? I don't dare to on the sound because I scared it's going to be very loud. So I don't want to cause you guys to become deaf. I still need you guys to watch the summary. So let's refresh the Twitter and see what's the latest. people sharing the same. Yeah, people just say did nothing. Then stop daring the Chinese to do something. The Chinese will actually do something if people dare them enough. So China is a developing country, not powerful like USA. Special military ops say that, but that's not what the Russian supporters say. That's not what the pro-China supporters say. They say that they are already the superpower. They are very powerful. Anon is Anon, you are Chinese? Oh, 你好，我不是不喜欢中国的，我只是不喜欢共产党而已。Yeah, I just don't like the Communist Party because I think that they are very poisonous to the world because of the way how they manage the economy, and they just don't play by the international rules. And so you can see Pelosi's arriving at wherever this location is, and then the people just rush over in a mad rush to try to kill her. No, I mean to mock her. No, I mean to take photo of her, to shoot her. Yeah, exactly. They are trying to shoot her with their cameras. Minus 10,000. Oh, minus 1,000 social credits. Taiwan is ROC, Republic of Congo. I didn't know that. Oh, Singapore is authoritarian too. Kate Lim, have you come to Singapore before? You should try. If I tell you Singapore might seem authoritarian on the surface, it's not. It's not really. Singapore is at least it's no longer authoritarian country. They are authoritarian in certain ways, but so are every single country. Just like you can look at how the European countries deal with their farmer protests. Can you guys hear me? All right, right? So because I'm not facing the mic, that's why the mic is here. So yeah, so you're brainwashed. Your country is the best. Other country is the worst. Which country? Singapore? Singapore is pretty decent. It's very good. There are many things that is statistically speaking really is number one. So sorry, I forgot what I said to Kathleen just now. So Singapore is totalitarian. Oh yeah. Sorry. I lost the train of thought. I was like, what the hell was I talking about just now? Okay, thank you, Nelson. Zen Master Football Analysis. Singapore is a bit dull for Thailand. I agree. Thailand got a lot more pretty girls. So do we have any more any confirmation of the fighting? To be honest, how did they come up with this picture in such a short time? 0H. Yeah, like they already prepared what they're going to say. Is there anything? I don't think there is any. China, Taiwan. Let's search if there's anything. Looks like no, it's pretty uneventful. Looks like it's pretty uneventful. For me, as a Polish person, alcohol is pretty expensive in Singapore. No, it's not just for a Polish person. For every single person, even Singaporeans felt that the alcohol is very expensive. I can't. It's just so expensive, but we just don't have a choice. So when we go overseas, wow, the alcohol is like, it's like plain water. So I like to go to overseas to drink because it's so much cheaper. Slava Lida Dipani. Hi, Michael Custodio. Singapore used to be fun before they kill off Bugis Street. Johnny Bonobo. Oh, which era are you from? You must be 50 in your 50s or 60s for Bugis to be fun. Bugis was fun when I was still an infant. So that was like 40 years ago. I heard a lot of legends about Bugis Street. By the time I was conscious enough to go to Bugis Street to understand what is Bugis Street, it was already a dead town. And then after that, they rebuilt it into a kind of shopping thing. It's still a very popular place for shopping. Water is more expensive than alcohol in Belgium. What the hell? Hi DPA, are we World War 3 watching? I'm trying to World War 3 watch, but the Chinese seems to have chicken out. And I'm trying to verify if the information about the Chinese aircraft flying into Taiwan airspace is true or not. Hey, it's me. And it's me covering my mouth. Okay, hey, it's Stephen He. But wait, there is more. So in just to clarify, in Singapore, no one speaks like Stephen He. There is a Cantonese accent. No one speaks in Cantonese accent in Singapore. So let's search for Taiwan Defense Ministry. Do we have the latest? Last hour? Nah, we don't have anything. You see, everybody is already dissing China on Twitter already, saying that China did nothing. Hiya. By the way, hiya, right, is commonly used in Singapore. It's not the uncle don't know what the name again, the one that reviews food, that Chinese, that guy, yeah. So if I say hiya, it's not I'm copying him. Emotional damage is me copying Stephen He. So do we have okay, let's go for PL, not please, PLA. Let's see if we can you're copying him. Yeah lah. Why I cannot copy him? This is what kind of accent is that? I need some preparation before I can speak like Stephen He, because it's not very natural to me. He failed here before, so why will anyone be interested in the what is they talking about Premier League? So Global Times, oh my, Global Times. PLA will launch a series of targeted military operations to counter Pelosi's visit to Taiwan Island and resolutely defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity. So, not sure if this is true because it's Global Times. Global Times many times they are just talking crap. But if they're going to launch military operations to counter the visit, how do they counter the visit? The visit is already happening. It's already here. So like I said, there's a possibility that they will go for Kinmen. I can actually show you a few possibilities. Wrong. This is the wrong map. This map. So let's talk. Comrade King, I'm 39. Yeah, I don't look my age. If before the pandemic I look even younger, because I got a bit fatter. Pandemic fats. So anyway, so let's talk a bit about where are the possibilities where the Chinese, they, as they claim just now, as you saw on the tweet by Global Times, that they will launch some limited military operations against Taiwan. So some of the possible places, I can tell you, they'll definitely go for Kinmen. The big Kinmen and small Kinmen. So these two area is fortress. These two is actually fortresses from the Chinese Civil War era. The Chinese military had under the People's Liberation Army had tried multiple times to try to conquer this place. They have failed all the time. Many people died trying to reach the island. So this is a proper fortress, but nowadays it's becoming more like a like a tourist site. You see this kind of tourist site, the photo icons. So it's becoming a joke for something that is so strategic and so important. And this is also the state of affair in Taiwan, where they are the years and decades of peace gave them this false sense of security. They eliminated the conscription in Taiwan, causing them to gonna have some serious problem with dealing with a proper military operation from China. So they're not going to have enough troops, just like what happened to Ukraine, where they fight against Russia. So So if you look at here, you can see that this is a bunker. You can see bunker, there are pillboxes, they're everywhere. So this is the fort. And I believe, and these two islands is filled with underground tunnels. So these are all proper fortresses. You can see there's another bunker here. I'm not very versed with the what do they have around here. I did see some documentary, some short documentary from Taiwan about this. Then this is a watchtower kind of thing. You can see another fortress. So these two islands, if the Chinese can take it, it will be a huge military, or propaganda victory for the Chinese. They might want to go for Penghu, which is this island here. This might be another one, but for them to take. But taking these islands will be very costly because it's very near to the Taiwanese island. So, which means that it will be swarming with Taiwanese aircraft. So it's not going to be so simple for the Chinese military. Another place that they might go for. So let me go. There's actually is this Taiwanese? I can't tell. I don't think so. They used to have another set of islands somewhere around here that was conquered by the Chinese. The Chinese might also want to go for the Dongsha Qundao or Dongsha Dao or Pratas Islands. So this is a major military base. Should the Chinese able to conquer this island, it will give them full control over the entire south of Guangdong province. So when they say limited military operations, there's going to be the Kinmen Islands, Pratas Islands, and I tell you where. This island here, Taiping Island. The Chinese will land on this island because it's very far away from Taiwan. Taking this island is not going to have a lot of diplomatic fallout, especially for Taiping Island because this is so far away. There is not a lot of Taiwanese controlled islands around here, so this is the only one big air base, but it's actually surrounded by 3 major Chinese air bases. So if you've never seen before, it looks like this. Super advanced, super high tech. It looks like it's coming from Star Trek. So I believe this is now at Taiping Island is at high risk of being invaded. Should the Chinese really want to do something about it. This island is a lot more difficult, but not impossible. Kinmen is definitely major target. Penghu much smaller. So this is my take about where the Chinese military operation might be done at. So let's see what else do the Global Times have. That's the only one. So joint military operation around Taiwan. North, south, west, southeast. North, southwest, southeast. I don't think they can do the southeast one because the American carrier will be there. I don't really like Global Times because they are always very exaggerating. So let's go back to the chat and see what else do you guys talk about. Abba Karaba from Sweden. Why the hell are you talking Bahasa to me? I can understand, but tak apa lah. Apa kabar? Saya baik. Nama saya Wyatt. Saya dari Defense Politics Asia. So TSMC war, sign up today. Which are the most valuable targets for hypersonic missile at the start of possible conflict? I don't think China have operational hypersonic weapons, despite the claims. If they have, it's going to be very few. And if they have it, they will not waste it on Taiwan. They would put nuclear warhead and prepare against a possible nuclear war with USA. So I don't think they will do it. Israel cute. You hope that I will reach 40k soon. Hey, I also hope. I hope for like 2 weeks already. I can't stand it. The YouTube have been really unhappy about me, I guess. The growth, the number of new viewers YouTube is sending over to the channel is so low that the channel have a lot of trouble growing. So what else Hi Bruno Jesus. Nice to see you too. On text. And service guarantee citizenship. Would you like to know more? Yeah, I served. I was in the military for 6 years. So yeah, I served for 6 years. Emotional damage. Emotional damage. DPA 40K God Emperor. You did not bow down to the YouTube overlords. If they want me to kneel down, I will kneel down because they give me so much money. You don't know. We as DPA people should post links to DPA channels in all Ukrainian and Russian propaganda channels that against his forces. The pro-Russian side is not so bad because the Ukraine war is mostly in favor of the Russians. The pro-Ukrainians one hates me. What's my military rank? I was a first sergeant. I didn't manage to become an officer because things happen. If not, I would have loved to become an officer. How do you go from military to YouTube analyst? No, I went from military to become a graphic designer because my training is actually in games design. Then after I go into visual communications, go into graphic design, branding, web design, and I've been doing that for the most of the past 10 over years. I started Defense Politics Asia a few years back with another partner. Then around 2 years ago, we have a fallout. The partner and I have a fallout. Something to do with Hunter Biden and Trump and the election and around that kind of thing. And then we have a fallout, and then he decided to quit. Since then, I revamped the entire DPA from a think tank into a more like a news outlet with analysis, and of course, the think tank part is still around because I'm a tank. Can't you see I'm a T90? So that's what happens, and the channel only just exploded because of the Ukraine war. So how do I get rid of this spammer? Let me see. Best adult dating site. You sure not? Best adult dating site. Oh, this is scary. Where is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I cannot move because you guys you keep messaging. I cannot click on that guy to remove. Hide user. Okay. God. Okay. I managed to remove that spammer now. Yeah. Sorry for the spam. Because you guys are keep messaging me. I was like trying to click, and then the whole chat keep moving up. So yeah, general here. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I have so much support. Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan, you're now a moderator. So Among Us. So I let's go back to Telegram and see if we still have any more news. Let's see in term. So what's up? I love DPA, baby hands, time to stream. Yeah. So this is the DPA chat. Coming to if just want to educate you guys a bit. Sorry, I look at the chat there, but then the camera is here. Sorry. So if you go to the main channel on the Telegram, this you can actually go to you can comment, you can talk, but there is actually another channel which is the chat, which you can actually go to the pin message. You can actually go to DPA chat. So DPA chat, you'll be able to access the full chat. You will be able to see the comments on the different posts, and then you can actually converse with other people and argue about each other are assholes or idiots, and and then you know nothing at all, you stupid not kind of thing. Yeah. So Tom and Jerry. So yeah. I'm lost. So let's go to I wonder TASS says anything about the China thing. So Eastern Military District or PRC will conduct a series of military operations near Taiwan from the evening of August the 2nd, which is now. So let's see what they will do. And we're not sure who will be reporting about it. What is my favorite game? Actually, I have no idea, man. FIFA. I actually play a lot of Europa Universalis 4. I play European Escalation and Red Dragon. I love Red Alert, but nowadays no, you don't play Red Alert. I play Age of Empire 2 as well. I love Arma 3 as well. I love CS. We are in World War 3 now. A famine tends to create a crisis like that. No, but the famine has not even happened yet. That's the thing. So, huge fan of all Paradox game. Yeah. I actually like Paradox game a lot. Sorry, my nose is a bit itchy. Unless the PIA exercise to, it's not a exercise anymore. You can see a series of military operations. So we are not sure what kind of operation they are talking about. Which is why I gave some of these possible places that they might be all launching military operations, which is the Cayman Islands, the Pratas Islands, and as well as the Taiping Island. So this is probably the 3 places that the Chinese definitely would love to take. But taking these islands is high risk. High risk not about failing militarily, but high risk because of the possible sanctions that might come from the West. And should the sanction come, and should there be a embargo, God, we are going to enter World War situation. What teams do you support for football? I support the Singapore national team as well as Chelsea Football Club. Was she slurring her speech? I do not know. I didn't see live. Is there anything else we can see? Daily Mail. Let's see what Daily Mail have for us. Event has ended. They stream Reuters stuff. Lousy. Boo. Okay. So TSS don't really have much things. Let's go back to the another one. Let's see what else. Who else have more information that? Wow, Flight Radar 24 have the maximum viewership of 700,000 people. This is one of the highest ever. Okay, so I think military informant seems to be not bad. They have a lot of information. Taiwanese military police. So that's nothing much. Levi. So Levi is pretty awesome. I like his stuff a lot. So the Eastern Combat Zone will conduct non-nuclear missile launches at sea east of Taiwan as part of exercises. So is it exercises or operation? Joint military operation around Taiwan, then here launch missiles as part of exercises. Can they make up their mind? Messi or Ronaldo? Ronaldo. I like Messi too, but I think I appreciate Ronaldo because he have to work hard for it, a lot harder than Messi. Messi is just pure talent. Can we do World War 3 so we don't have to go to work anymore? No, please, no, because I'm so near to China. We are not that far from China, so please don't. Huh, you're uglier than I imagine. Hi, Will Harrison. It's okay. I'm already married, and you're not a girl. I don't really care about the opinion of a guy. Let's see. Regarding current situation around Taiwan and Russian interests, the circumstances seem appropriate with the regards to intensification of negotiation, the possibility of wholesale purchase of Chinese attack drones. What? Sorry, I do not know what's the context for this. This doesn't makes a lot of sense. So next. So Foreign Ministry, can I listen to what?
Any government institution in the United States.
Oh, she translated. I don't want to listen. This will be so confusing. So can we? Do we have spokesperson for the China government? You play War Thunder? No, I don't. I saw a lot of War Thunder advertisements. Oh, love chat is back. Can we hide? And report unwanted. Yeah. Yay! Ladyboy bot is back. Okay. So Hua Chunying, we must take credible actions to observe strictly the One China principle and provision of the Three China-US Joint Communique, and should not go down wrong and dangerous path. Yeah. China urged US to stop playing the Taiwan card and use Taiwan to contain China. What the hell is this supposed to mean? You cannot defeat Taiwan yourself. Don't say US want to support them. The position of Chinese government and people on Taiwan has been consistent. From my understanding of the Chinese people, Chinese citizens that I've met, most of them don't give a damn about politics. Just like every other country's normal people, we just don't give a damn about politics. So you guys are really disappointed that World War III didn't start. Dating Politics Asia, El Loco. Many people are disappointed by Leicester Chinese response. I'm not sure. Is it because you guys are pro-Russia, so you all are pro-China by default? Because I'm a bit weird. I lean Russia because I want the war to end quickly, but I'm totally not pro-China. I'm totally on the Taiwanese side. Because I have this kinship with Taiwanese. I went to Taiwan before. I love Taiwan. I love the people, and they talk like us a lot, like Singaporeans, and we are both democracies, and we both have very similar experience in terms of like we have national service, we have conscriptions, although they no longer have. So Singapore is always going to be very pro Taiwan. So, but of course, for us to go to save Taiwan, that's another question altogether. Dying for another country is another thing. Why you guys want to laugh about the word democracy? You are so wrong. So you are pro-Taiwan porn? What is a pro-Taiwan porn? Singapore is China. Yeah, a lot of people do not know where Singapore is, especially 10-20 years ago. So a lot of people say that Singapore is somewhere in China, and that pisses a lot of people off in Singapore. Every country should be to have self-interest, called little PP88. I think Trump said that when he went to the United Nations, he gave a speech. He said that every country should put their own country first, and work on self-interest and build on a common interest. And despite because the way how he talked, so people don't take him seriously, but Trump is right. Each of us in our different countries should put our own country first, and then we try to work on common interests, and try to and then from that way we can build peace. I don't like Kishore's opinion about the Singapore China thingy. He's way too pro-China. So Singapore is a traitor state. Traitor to who? Dating people in Asia. F and money and Singapore. Yeah, we are the Sin City. Taiwan is not a country. No, Taiwan is not a country. Republic of China is the country. Taiwan is just one of the islands in Republic of China. Singapore is Russian. No, it's not. Who is Nati Pelosi? She's gonna meet the president definitely. Other people I have no idea. Trump Island boy. Yeah, I'm pro Trump actually. So it must be very confusing for you guys, right? 86% of the Taiwanese want to be part of China. Yeah, right. That's full of shit. As far as I understand, most Taiwanese think that they are a separate country. So die in a wool liberal. Edwin Lucas, I'm not a liberal. I'm center right. My brain works in a center right way. I'm a little bit conservative. And Asia, yeah. Then because the more research and more trade that two countries have, the more stake there is if the two were to become enemy. which is why trade is very important. Having the embassy in each other country is very important. Having even military exercises, everything, all these keep countries together. So even if they have disagreement, because there's so many other ties in between, all the trading, all the cultural thing, the tourism, it keep the country from going to war against each other. Which is why Taiwan is okay to trade with China, despite not knowing that China is actually using it as a weapon, as an economic weapon against Taiwan. Southeast Asia is fanboy heaven. Germany play. I can't dispute that. Wow, you should come to Myanmar. I actually Myanmar. I actually went to Myanmar once. I have a Burmese ex-girlfriend, so I feel a bit. I was really quite affected, also seeing the Myanmar, going to hell, because of the military coup. So Mingalapa. Singapore invaded by aliens. All the people are really aliens. Yeah, maybe we are lizard people. Authoritarian meritocracy. From distance could look like CCP. So okay, I don't want to go too far away from then I talk too much about Singapore. This stream is about Taiwan and China. Come on, man. Let's see what else. China will take as all these things, right? It's all very pointless things. That is there anything that is meaningful? Hua Chunying. So nothing particularly. Let's see ROC's. So Republic of China, Taiwan. Let's see what did they say. So I can see around like maybe 200-300 people have left the stream. Yeah, because it's not so interesting anymore, right? Because it's my heart rate has fallen because it's it seems like China didn't really do much of anything. Yeah. So no, we don't have much. So Levi also. So this is Levi got none. He also, so that's it, I guess. When the foreign ministry issued a strong statement, express strong protest and condemnation, and that's it. So let's see. I think that might be it. PLA. So Ting Tuing Lui from TVBS, which is a Taiwanese media outlet. They say that the Ministry of Defense of Republic of China have said no Sukhoi 35 crossed the Taiwanese Strait. Other PLA aircraft did. However, there's still no details. Let's go to Bofangbu, Ministry of National Defense, ROC. 4J16 entered the ADIZ. That's so far away. So in August 1st, 2022. So this is the. So you see this 111, right? This is year 111. So the year 111 they start counting from the start of the nationalist Republic of China. So it's the year 111 in the Republic of China year. So it's very interesting. This is a very Taiwanese thing. They do not use the Western year of 2022. In the official one, they actually use 中华民国 Republic of China 111 years. This is what they do during the imperial time, when they still have emperors and the empire times. So it's a continuation of that culture. So there's J16, 4 of them, and they flew in this place. So not very interesting, and they don't seem to have much more information, it seems. So we do not really have a confirmation from the Taiwanese defense ministry on about any incursion into Taiwan. This is called fake news. See, this is just asshole-ish. You don't do this kind of thing. It's just not nice, right? But I scold someone asshole. Such an asshole. Hi Mick, it's 4 a.m. here. Oh, so sorry. Yeah, it's 12 midnight here. No, you see, 12 midnight here in Singapore. So I don't think, no, I think the Chinese military need to sleep, or they might actually do a dawn attack. So that will be they will be doing preparation now, and maybe they, if there is any military operation, maybe in another 4 hours time, 4 to 5 hours time. What are your thoughts about the Alenivka bombing mystery? I have no idea. To be honest, I really don't know. I don't take sides. So as a result, when I read both sides' statement, I really do not know what to think. To be honest, you can't really tell much from the footages. Although the people are really, become charcoal, so that looks very thermobaric to me. But I really have no idea. And even though thermobaric, it seems like TOS-1 is a Russian weapon, the Ukrainians actually have captured TOS-1 from the Russian troops as well. So we have no idea, what's the situation is like. Yes, see, that night attack. Maybe. So PLA now talking like a Ukrainian? No, I don't know. PLA have their own way of talking. So let's watch some propaganda film. Oh, I think it's a bit loud for you, sorry. So this is the Chinese military advertisement. The Chinese word read, they are now prepared and so I actually haven't watched this entire thing. So let's watch it together. I just scroll through quickly. Sorry, I think it's a bit loud, so I move it down. So that is the J-20. You cover me, I will attack the enemy. Superior ordered me to attack immediately. That's the translation. J-20. So these are missile troops. What? Oh, so missile troops. This is Ukrainian pawn. So they covered they actually blurred the image of the rockets. Interesting. Piang. Okay. I am Chinese People's Liberation Army soldier. I swore to follow the leadership of the Communist Party and committed to the serving of the people, loyalty to keep secret, not worried about sacrifice. Sorry, I'm a bit slow if they talk too fast, and ready to fight and die to protect the country. Yeah, this is a Eastern army, I think. So very exciting if you are pro-China or pro-Russia. Very well produced. Alert 4. Yeah. So let's go one more round of searching to see if we see anything interesting. So digging for intelligence, sometimes it looks a little bit like this when I do the Ukraine war one, but much faster because I'm not talking, and then I actually have a few trusted media that I always go to, and I'll go through very quickly. So it looks a bit like this, and it actually takes hours before I can actually plot all the maps. So I want to see. Pelosi knowingly made a malicious provocation to create a crisis. But if the Chinese don't do anything, then it's not a crisis, right? Yeah. So China Army area for closure. Oh my god. Coordinates. Let me test and see if I can plot this. No, I can't. So how should I do this? Okay. So this, can we? Oh, that's horrible. Why is that an X? They don't put that. Why did they put an X in the middle? So they're gonna have an exercise right in front of Taipei. Where is this other place? North. So I think it's the more or less the same places then. More or less the same places as we saw on this image here then. So nothing much. Hey, hi history legend. I just saw history legend. Okay, sorry. I only just saw it. What's up, boy? Yay. Hi everyone. Say hello to history legend. And do go over to history legend to subscribe. He make very good videos, and he put a lot more effort than me, because he actually edits the video and I'm too lazy to edit. So yeah. So Colonel Shi Yi said that the evening of August 2, command will conduct a number of operational and combat training activities. So it's training activities, but it's operational. So it's training activities. So it's just exercise. Live firing will be organized. This action is a deterrence against escalation of negative US action on the Taiwan issue and a serious warning to the forces of Taiwan independence. So based on this way of writing, we can confirm that these are just exercises. But as I said previously before, it is not possible for them to train here nor here. Maybe here, sure, here maybe, yes. Here will be a bit hard. So yeah. It's funny how people seems disappointed that WW3 didn't start. Yeah. So we can go on for the most another 15 minutes until 12:30 in Singapore. Then we close, okay? So that I can actually go and do other things, so that I don't chat endlessly. Katelin, so many views lost. But of course, because they are so disappointed, nothing is happening. So if I'm them, I also will quit the stream. It's just that I know the rest of you, 800 of you guys love my face. So thank you for loving my face. Let's see what CNN got to say. Wow, there's a lot of Chinese chatters. What the hell is going on here? Okay, everybody is live, just like me. So does Daily News have anything? Or they just left the stream open? That's so unprofessional. Not editing your videos, make it more lifelike. Yeah, you cannot imagine. So if I edit a video, it takes 2 hours, 2 to 3 times more time than the recording to edit the actual recording. And then after you finish editing, you need to render the video. That will take another full length of the recording. So that will take around 4 to 5 times the time to take to record the video. So I rather just record one take and then that's it. So which is where all the tampons and stuff came about. What is a spanner? What is can you put a spanner on history legend? What does that supposed to mean? history legend jump on the stream, I will have to set up I have to set up a Zoom call or something before I can. Oh yeah, everybody wanted the live with history legend, right? History legend say his English sucks. What the hell? If his English sucks, then what is my English? Emotional damage. Yeah, you say your English is lousy. Then what is my English? My English? Put a spanner or. I mean, why give him the spanner? That is moderator, you know. He's not a moderator. Hey, DPA, how many languages do you speak? I speak 4, 5. I speak English because English is the first language in Singapore. So in case you do not know, everyone in Singapore, almost everyone in Singapore speaks English because we are all English educated. That's our first language. My second language is Chinese, which is my mother tongue. So 我可以讲华语，这是没问题的。然后 that's my Chinese language. And I can speak Hokkien, which is my Chinese dialect. What's in Singapore lang? So Hokkien is a bit different. Hokkien sounds a lot like Taiwanese because Taiwan actually is just off Fujian actually is Hokkien. So I can speak the Fujian language. So but I'm not very good at it. I'm quite bad at it. I can speak Malay, bahasa Melayu. So saya bisa cakap bahasa Melayu, tetapi saya tidak cakap bahasa Melayu banyak karena saya orang Cina. Tidak ada banyak kawan-kawan dengan saya yang cakap bahasa Melayu dengan saya. So that's so I just say that I don't speak Malay a lot because I don't have a lot of friends that speak Malay to me. So I can speak a bit of Cantonese, but it's very little bit because I only speak Cantonese up to 6 years old, and then that's the end of my Cantonese language. So 你食煲粉未啊？你好核突啊你！同你講都唔知道。So that's Cantonese, which is also where the American-born Chinese accent came from. Which you know what all the ching chong thingy, that is actually Cantonese. So yes, human born. English is the first language is because of the British colonial past. That is correct. So history legend should jump on the stream now. Should I? Let me see. Did he message me? Oh my bad. Yeah. is he still around? I'm not sure. But no, the to jump in, that's very disruptive to what we already we already covered this video for like 2 hours already. So it's not so nice, for the stream. We should, if I were to do something with history legend, I think we should do another one, unless Alex yeah, history legend agrees, don't need to jump in now. We should do a separate one, proper one. That means it's from start to end. It's just me and him talking and with you guys around. I think that would be better. So yeah. So Shanghainese said nigger all the time. I actually do not know how Shanghainese sounds like, so I'm not very familiar with Shanghainese. Why? Oh, you have okay, so let's go to Chung. So this is the DPA Discord. If you guys have never seen this before, this is the DPA Discord channel. And so someone said that there's something for me in the latest bit. Sorry, I need to jump up, jump down. What the hell is this? Goodness. You guys tricked me. Okay. No. Yep. Lost adult. I go to Mustafa Center, but not often, once in the blue moon, because I can buy things very near my house. I don't have to go until Mustafa Center. No facial job. DPA mate. See you. Yeah, thank you, History Legend, for jumping in. His name is also Alex. Hey, Robot Tricks, don't be rude. Yeah. So, what else? What else? I'm trying to find if there's any information that's left that we are not aware of. I think all the information is just coming from the is the same information repeating over and over again, which is very typical. And it is also the danger of fake news, where when there's a misinformation being tweeted out, then we will see the same misinformation being shared around and around and around until some prominent account will actually share it, and that gives legitimacy to that information. So that's very dangerous, which is why it's actually more ideal for covering Ukraine war to be covering it on a daily basis, so that I'm aware of all the latest information, and so that the information that come later will not dupe me into believing it that is real. So, but nowadays I feel like I can simplify it by just not listening to some of the channels, some of the accounts on. Hey, Love Chat is back. Rebirth. Bye, Love Chat. So anyway, we 5 more minutes and we should go and sleep. It was with love. He cut his hair. What do you mean? Yeah, I want to cut my hair. My hair is very messy now. So, oh no, what is this? Nate wrote something in a language that I don't understand. Let me translate it. Kidnap a man and an ambulance with drug. Okay. Chinese bot. So, thank you guys for for staying with me. There's still 669 of you guys, 65 now. So 4 of them just died after me calling them out. And thank you so much for you guys for being here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the the super chats that in the beginning of the stream. I really highly appreciate every single one of you guys. It's not easy to grow a YouTube channel, and for the YouTube channel to grow so quickly in such a short time, thanks to the Ukraine war as well, is amazing. But it's also I also very, very aware that the channel is growing, have this rapid growth because of a tragedy that is happening halfway around the globe. So I'm very aware of that, and so I don't. While I celebrate and very happy with the growth, I'm also very sad that the channel is growing on some other people's misery. So let's see if there's any latest information on Taiwan. It's the same piece of information. Nothing. So we will see what happens tomorrow, if the Chinese will do anything. So Mao Guo is a rebel. He's a separatist. He used to be a billionaire in China, and then he actually started this separatist movement, and then he declared the federal state of New China. So basically they declared themselves as a China, and they claim legitimacy over they claim legitimacy to be a government of China. So he said that Switzerland announced sanctions will be imposed if CCP invades Taiwan, blah blah blah. So Getter is closely associated with Mao Guo and the federal state of China. Mao Guo run this movement called the whistleblower movement. So they basically this whistleblower movement actually focus on whistleblowing on all the bad things that the Chinese Communist Party do. Then after I think a few years, they decided to become this federal state of New China, and they got quite a few very high profile people joining them. However, he's also a very dubious guy, so I won't trust him with my life. This is Mao Guo. So, but him being a former Communist Party member and billionaire, he knows the inner working of China very well. So the things that he shared, especially in the earlier days before he started this federal states of New China thing, he reveals a lot of very interesting information about how China actually works internally. But ever since he started this thingy, he's like the new Chiang Kai-shek. So I have my reservations. He runs this website called G News and GTV. It's banned, I think, in certain countries. So it's a totally anti-China thing and totally crowded with pro-separatist or pro or anti-CCP people. So yeah, just some background about this organization. Yeah, he is fake news, maybe. What will you do after Ukraine war ends with your channel? RD asks. It's Asia, defense politics Asia. I cover defense and politics in Asia. So yeah, I just happened to talk about Ukraine war and then it exploded. So not on purpose. Not on purpose. What else? Foreign Affairs release statement. So in this regard, for Chinese firm opposition, Nancy Pelosi visited China's Taiwan region. So gravely violates the One China principle, blah 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 blah, and major political provocations against the Chinese side. The CPPCC National Committee firmly opposed and strongly condemned the visit. There's only one China in the world, and Taiwan is an inalienable part of Chinese territory. So they say the PRC is the sole legal government representing of the whole China. In Taiwan question is China's internal affair, and they firmly oppose any attempt and acts to aiming to split China. So all this delusional talk. They have PRC have never controlled Taiwan, never. They have never succeeded to even take Kinmen. So it's just not reality. This is just propaganda. So the Taiwan question is the most important and sensitive core issue in the China-US relationship. And regarding the Taiwan question, blah 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 blah. So it's just the same statement that they always put out. They just copy and paste, nothing special. They just add the word Nancy Pelosi into the statement. So yeah, it's very boring. Anyone can take an island if they have the know-how. Yeah, anyone could have taken any city as well, but Russia also took a long time, right? So let's hope it stays as propaganda. Ghost of Taipei never happened. It's not real. So the love chat is back. Hi, love chat. Bye. Love chat is struggling really hard to get into the channel. Okay, so yeah, it's back. Is Myanmar just impossible to cover with the lack of communication infrastructure and a dozen of weird little factions? Those are not weird little factions. Let me show you. Do I have this up? Okay, let me show you. For those that have never seen this before, I've already mapped the Myanmar map, so you can see all the different factions and all the different flags and all the different faction things and where they more or less have control over. I wanted to cover Myanmar. The problem was I didn't manage to find time because the Ukraine war is such a huge commitment, and Myanmar is actually a very low intensity conflict. So it's a lot of just guerrilla warfare. So there is not much border. There's no front lines to cover. Like you see, there's this fighting reported between SNA and the Tatmadaw. Tatmadaw is the Myanmar military near Chaozadi. So in the Homalin township. So SNA is the Shani Nationalities Army. So you can see there are certain things that but it's really hard to cover because I don't have time to cover it, but I'm trying to make time, so which is why I also trying to simplify how I cover the Ukraine war. I mean, how I plot the map. I have already stopped taking information from quite a number of sources on Twitter because they have been proven to be not trustworthy. So things are going to get simpler, but it still takes a lot of hours to plot the map. There were Kuomintang soldiers in Burma before. Yes, there is. So after the nationalists, right? During the nationalists were not the good people, but neither were the communist army. During the civil war in China, both sides are not good people. So and it's just a matter of who won. And the nationalists lost the war, so they ran away, and they actually I think they went into, I don't know which army is that. And one of the army here, I actually forgot which army already. So one of the army actually went into Myanmar, and then they set up their own faction. So I just cannot remember which faction is it. So then after that, they become a warlord within Myanmar and sell drugs and stuff like this. So 正面孤军. China prefers economy than respect, like a prostitute. Don't know. So there are some non-English. Let me translate. Is it much warmer in Cyprus than in the country? So they are talking about other stuff. Is this map published? Is actually published. I think it's shared. Anyone with the link can view. Just that there is not much information other than the borders, because I haven't really been able to find time to search all the incidents. You see, we have this Myanmar MiG-29 intrude into the Thai airspace that have reported in the broken news. So we'll probably see more of this soon. Why don't you cover the situation in Iraq? On the verge of civil war. Christopher, I don't have time. That's why the Ukraine war is taking so much time. So I'm trying to cover other stuff. But the problem is the viewership for other stuff is not high. And it makes it a very hard decision sometimes to I can show you. So you can see the viewership in terms of Ukraine war, right? You can look at the summary. We got 42,000 views. The last summary you only got 27,000, and you can see that the viewership is always the summary that have the more numbers, and the rest is just much lower. Like I talk about South China Sea, only 12,000 people watch. So this creates supply and demand problem where people wants to see more of Ukraine rather than the other information. That because the amount of time dedicated to the research and plotting of the map have to equate to the revenue that's being gotten. If the revenue is too low, then it makes it very hard to keep up with the content creation for that specific topic. So I still try to cover very important topics, but sometimes it does put into my mind thinking about revenue. So but Ukraine war itself, the viewership is also lower because the interest in the war is actually dwindling as well. So I have to cover other stuff. The channel has not been growing much for the past 3 weeks. So yeah, so I just do what I can. That's why I'm very thankful of you guys for the support, because it's not easy. What is 7 not a good? So you guys have been talking about among yourself now. Yeah. So anyway, we are now already over time, 12:36. So I think I should end the stream so that you guys can go and watch and do other things, and so that you all don't get bored of me. So so don't get bored of my face. So anyway, thank you for watching the stream, and so do check out the videos. I want to tell you to watch a few videos. You can watch the China Taiwan one. So this is a very oops, I should click that. So okay, how should I go there? So you can see this one have a lot of incidents that that has been covered. So you guys want to know how why suddenly there's this very sudden spike in terms of tension between China and Taiwan. You need to watch this, must watch, in order to know what's happening. And I also recommend you guys to watch about South China Sea. This South China Sea explained. Go and watch this. This one will tell you a lot more. You know, I give you a tour of South China Sea and all the different islands, so have a sensing of what is it like. So these two I think is rather interesting to watch. Yeah, so do watch them, and I will try to do the summary tomorrow, which means it's 3 days without summary already. So I'm so sorry. There's just not enough time in the world for me to do. So so the long line say, don't leave me, don't sad. You sexy DPA, Sean Martin, thanks. Support from a ROC senior high student, Jiang Yiping. Thanks for the support. European roller, take it easy, DPA. What is the salary in-game development commander? I actually no idea. Serbian, I have no idea. Are you guys having a holiday now? Like a summer holiday? Because some history legend told me that the viewership might be lower because maybe it's because of the holidays. So is it the case? No. You got many ex-Yugoslavia members. Yeah, because I think the former Yugoslavia people are very interested in the Ukraine war. So which is why. When is the next report on Ukraine? Tomorrow, I think, Colin. After this I need to do some other of my professional work, and then hopefully I can spend hopefully 3 hours, I hope, to do the Ukraine map for the past 3 days. I hope so. In Germany it's holidays now. Yeah, because I cannot I do not know how to explain why there's a drop in terms of viewership. So I'm not sure what to do to grow the viewership now. The channel is pretty stagnant at the moment. As you can see, we still cannot hit 40,000. We have been stuck at this 39,000 for a very, very long time. So yeah. Yeah, European roller, correct. Yeah, I think part of the reason is because of Russia also doing that super long operational pause, and then after that things just happen very slowly in Ukraine, which is why the coverage also have to slow down because it's a bit hard. Shorter videos would be good. Base Cozy, the reason why shorter videos is a bit hard to produce is because, right, I have to go through all the intel first. I have to dig through all the sources so that I have corroboration between sources, and then I have a bigger picture on what actually happened. Then I can actually do the short video, but when I do that, I can also do the summary because I already gone through all the intel, which is why the short video it's not me seeing something that immediately I do a short video. It's actually I gone through all the intel first, and then I verify the information before then I do the short video, which is it's not like a snap thing. Like even some of those broken news things I do, I actually do read a few more articles and try to verify the information to understand the bigger picture before I do a video, so that it's not so lousy. Langrewe, Ruin Thorson, Nancy Pelosi is now in Taiwan, and World War III have not started, so that's a good news. Yes, thanks Daniel. Yes, so maybe many of the viewers are on holiday, which is why they are not spending so much time on YouTube. They are out in the beach, on holiday. So perhaps Anya is a Montenegrin Serb born in Belgrade and has a Turkish boyfriend. International actually woman. Hart from Spain. Hans Rose Hart. So yes. So John T had a super chat. He said, "We survived being human for another day. World War III is on the way." Thank you, John, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Uh, the so I want to introduce you the channels. So in case you guys do not know, there's quite a number of channels. This last channel, DPA Conversations, is where I plan to do the podcast. All these, for example, let's say I do a collaboration with history legends. It should be here, but of course most of you guys are actually on the main channel, and I'm slowly trying to grow the other channels, because if I dump all the different contents into the main channel, it will be very corruptive, very messy. So which is why I have to separate. But all these other channels are not monetized, so I don't earn money when I post videos on these channels. So but it takes time to build. No choice, have to do it. If not, it will be very confusing. So the main channel will be a news channel. The analytics channel is where I will put the CSI, the country stability index, as well as another segment that I'm trying to build, which tracks the relationship between countries. So that will be very useful when we try to track what is the relationship and what is the dynamics between the various countries. But that will take time to build. IRL is everything to do with more casual ones, like opinions, or maybe if I go to a trade show, go to an exhibition or military show, I can actually do live stream on IRL. So that's IRL. And gamings is for games, for war gamings, or I play games with you guys, but I have no idea how to start this one because I'm so busy, so busy. And conversation is actually where I do interviews of prominent people, or I have a conversation and dialogue with other YouTubers or some prominent or interesting people. So this is the podcast. So which is why there's 5. Because if I do the podcast or on the news side, then it will be very confusing in terms of content, right? It will be very confusing. But of course, when I spread it out, also I lose income. So that's why people have to go and help to support the channel by subscribing other places. But it will take time. It will take time to build. So yeah. So yeah, Charlie, I saw a lot of those people talking about this place getting captured, that place getting captured. But I have to be disciplined. Try not to look at the reports yet until I'm going to do the map, because once I read it, it will be seen as red. Then I will be later I get confused of all the intel that I will be losing. So I have to do it one shot so that I will not waste time. So to spend my time more efficiently. Yeah, Kevin Young is right. No, people forget how scary is the war. Just look at the Ukraine war; it's so scary. So anyway, I think that's it. 12:45 already. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you. Until the end of the stream, there's still 400 people. I'm very, very appreciative. Thank you so much. And go and watch the videos, the recent videos that I posted that you have not watched, and also look out for the summary tomorrow. I'll do my best to do the summary tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next update. There's a Christopher Robbins drop of $50. Thank you for your analysis. Come on, why do you drop so much money at the end of the stream? Then do I have to talk more to earn that $50 now? Thank you so much. All this super chat means a lot, because it's all your hard-earned money. I'm just doing something that I myself is interested in, and I want to share information, and I love to have a community that I can talk to with, which is why this is very awesome. And Love Chat is back. Love Chat. Love Chat actually do pincer movement, man. She come with or he come with two different bots. Yeah, they do a pincer movement. There's 2 of them. So there's too many DPAs, man. Just stick to two. But yeah, so the main channel will still be one of the main place where I put most of the video, because most of the people is here, but I have to put some videos on the other places. So I haven't decided how I should manage this. I understand it's too many, but I will figure out how to do it. No, I think I'm very hyped about all of them. So I just not sure how do I manage as well. That's all. It's a time problem. Thank you, Christopher. No, thank you, Christopher, for the no. He say have a great day. This is for the channel, the future. Yeah, I'm very keen to make sure that this channel can continue to sustain. So I will also be very careful with certain things that I talk about, certain topics. Certain topics I really cannot talk about, because it's against the YouTube rules and regulations. So if there are very sensitive topics, I will talk about them in the Patreon. I will not talk on this one, but there's not a lot that I want to talk about in terms of very sensitive ones, because now this is really very busy. I'm trying to juggle two full-time jobs essentially. I have my main job, which was the design work that I'm doing, the design, branding, graphic design, web design stuff, and then DPA has become a full-time job as well. So I actually have two full-time jobs, and it's very hard to manage these two times. Oh, and thank you, Thomas, for the super chat. The one, I think is €1. Hi, Central Mapping. So Central Mapping is in the chat. You can also go and follow Central Mapping. He have a channel, a lot of maps. He's trying to work with me on certain maps, but I have been, like I said, I'm so busy. I'm unable to make use of the maps that he has done as the foundation to build more content. So, but I'm trying to do my best. Only 2 hours late. Long live China, long live Russia. US eat a dick. Malik 9.2. Don't be like that lah. True. Like internet history, he has one main channel and the second channel put everything else on the second. Like internet historian. I do not know what Bart Simpson trying to say. Cannot talk about the not this. How do you pronounce that? Lagrange way or Lagrange way. So yeah, like for example the Azov battalion stuff, I cannot talk too much about what they've done previously, and that actually I only talk about it in the Patreon, within the Patreon, because it's very controversial, and especially in this time of big tech censorship, which have been the norm for the past 5 years already, since Trump become elected. Big tech or even before he's elected, big tech censorship is really bad. So I really want to be very careful about this, because it's not easy to build the channel to this size. So it's not worth the risk to talk about something that a lot of other people is already talking about. You should quit the stream, otherwise donation keep gonna. How long does the $50 last? God, I feel like it's not very nice to quit when there's a $50 the super chat counting down there. I feel so conflicted. Oh my god. Yeah, central mapping, I will talk to you separately, because I have no time. You see, it's really a timing problem. After this I still got other design work to do. Can you imagine that? So and it's already 12:50 a.m. God goodness. Not much censorship on Rumble. From Go Wild is not. I know there's no censorship on Rumble. I can also drop it a lot of. I can also drop it on like BitChute. The problem is not the censorship. The problem is money. There's no revenue on Rumble. Rumble revenue is horrible. There's no money. Money is the problem. Because without the money, I cannot justify the time spent. Because it takes so much time. So Ukraine war, it takes around 4 hours to 5 hours to plot all the data onto the map and going through all the propaganda on Twitter and on Telegram. And then I have to do the recording, and then I need to post, I need to share across all the social media. all these activities take around 4 to 5 hours. No, 5 hours, sometimes 6 hours. And then that's not counting me engaging you guys on the comments, like giving the medals for the first chats and whatnot, and engaging a bit on the Telegram, engaging a bit on the comments, and all this adding together can be 6 hours, 7 hours. So it's a full-time job, which is why without the revenue, this is not sustainable at all. So it's not that I do not want to put it on other. I mean, it's already on Rumble as a backup for those that really hates YouTube, but the main channel, the main focus is going to be YouTube because of the revenue. The revenue is just no choice, unfortunately. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's almost 1 a.m. in Singapore, but I usually I sleep very late. I'm usually operating on European time, so I'm awake most of the time at night. I'm sleep in the morning. Yeah. You tell the babies where you are, the Rexy babies where I don't understand. What a rudeness we have been raging about. I'm your doll, but that's sexy. Would be with me by morning, so what happens to... What the hell is Anya Travel talking about? I'm so confused. Keeping up with the war news is around the clock job. It burns you out if you're not careful. Grim FPV. I actually burnt out. Like literally I burnt out. So just that I never really talked about it. I really burnt out from the Ukraine war and then so I just try to manage it so it was better, but it was not a very good July. If you go through the history of the videos I posted, it's not very consistent. Because I went overseas, and then I have trouble managing my time because there's a lot of work coming in, so it's quite bad. Hey, Sock here, welcome to the stream. We are like so close to going to end the stream soon. Yeah, this is my face. Anyone else donating to trap DPA in another pincer move? Please don't do that to me. I will do another stream another time. So I'm planning to do if you guys are with the channel for a long time enough, there is this series called the DPA response. So this DPA response is where I actually respond to the comments in the video. And you can see day 52. We are already day 100 days past this already. So I haven't been doing this for a long time. This was started in reaction to the number of comments there is. I was not able to keep up with it. You can see 3 months ago there was 2.6k views. Then after it become 4.4 and then 7.7. No, sorry, this is the response. Sorry. Forget about that. Yeah, so I was like responding to comments then, and then I find that maybe doing a video just responding to comments is much faster than commenting, because I ever tried to reply to everyone. It took me around 4 or 5 hours. So I told myself I cannot do that again. It's a very too time consuming. So but I plan to do the DPA response again, and it will be in live format. So you'll be like this. So you all can talk. You can actually ask me immediately. So and then I can actually respond to comments as well. So I think this is something that I want to do. Originally I planned to do it in the DPA IRL, but DPA IRL just don't have enough subscribers at this moment. So it will take some time to build the channel, and then maybe DPA IRL will have its own DPA response perhaps. So maybe separate. Maybe that will work. Here, since you are from Singapore, I assume so, right? Yes, here I'm actually from Singapore. Are you Chinese by heritage? I'm literally Chinese. I'm not sure what is Chinese by heritage. All Chinese come from China long time ago, depending on which generation. Yeah. Central mapping. I love this response video. Yeah. So I actually think this is a good idea. Just that I shouldn't. I have really have no time to do it, because I've been doing I since then I started doing all the quick updates, and that also took time. So Shanghai is under Shanghai, China is under US control. Singapore is not under US control. What the hell are you all talking about? So confused. He is from Shanghai. But who is from Shanghai? They are actually Chinese, I think. They speak Chinese, but they are independent. What the hell? Bart Simpson, yes, I speak Chinese. I speak a lot of Chinese. In fact, Singlish is actually a big part of it. Singlish. Okay, so what is Singlish? Singlish is actually a local corrupted English where we added a lot of Hokkien, Malay, Chinese words into it, especially Hokkien and Malay words. And then the entire structure, the grammar and the sentence structure is in Chinese language. So the way how the sentence structure become the way how we would have said in Chinese, which is why it's a bit weird. So how old were you when you started your first business? And what did you do? What did your other food do at the time? What did your other food do at the time? What is my food? What do you mean my food? My first business was my current design business. The business name is actually called Joji. It's so dangerous to type on the search engine. You have no idea what is gonna come out from the auto suggest. So this is Joji. This is my company, my design company, and let's say Defense Politics Asia. I also is the co-organizer of Singapore, which is a youth international tournament, which is going to be back in 2022 for in November, early November. So that's one of the big projects as well. So yeah, so if you're interested, this is the other thing that I do. The Ivan Pita, I don't speak Croatian. I don't even know how Croatian sounds like. Oh, he didn't get the reference. Emotional damage. You banned 2 accounts. One of the bot was me. Sorry. Suck your mama prick. Did I? Oh no, I don't know how do I actually sorry, I'm so sorry. I actually accidentally banned the wrong person. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure how. I will check whether if I can unban you. Yeah, so I do design work stuff. In case you guys are interested. So that's my other job. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce Jorge. George, congrats on your channel. According to you, what are the chances of armed conflict between China and Taiwan? How can it affect the war in Ukraine? Okay, so firstly, I addressed the second part. If China and Taiwan go to war, Ukraine will totally lose all support. No one would support Ukraine anymore. People will be more focused on Taiwan because Taiwan is way more important to the West than Ukraine. And in terms of the chances of armed conflict, I would rate it around 50% because China is having a lot of problems internally. Economically, they are having a lot of issues. So I can introduce you guys to a few. You can check out China Insights. They actually, I like this channel because they tell you a lot of things that you probably will not hear of, and they, of course, you also have to take a pinch of salt about the things they say because China is a very, very huge place. Crazy things happen every day, but because it's such a big country. But some of the things that they say, do help you to have some sensing, what's happening in China. And a lot of the problem is like banks, real estate. These are very prominent things that you should keep a note out of, because if the banks and real estate is collapsing, China economy is going to collapse. So it's not very good. You all speak the same language, just different dialects. No, Slavic. Let's talking about Slavic. That's cool. I learned Chinese. I lived in Hunan for 4 years and 2 in Fujian. Oh, so that's good. So how good is your Chinese? Falun Gong channel. But even if they are Falun Gong, right, doesn't mean that the information is false. This is a very, very important thing. For example, Ukraine leadership, even Ukraine Defense Ministry, sometimes they put out nonsensical information. That doesn't invalidate all the information that they put out. That's a very important thing, which is why I continue to depend a lot on Ukraine, the Ministry of Defense information, because there are information that they are continue to be true. It's just that you need to be careful of what information you are listening to, and you have to make your own judgment call to decide what information is propaganda, what information is misinformation, and what are facts. So you cannot say, oh, this is Falun Gong, so everything is false. I think that is you are creating a big disservice to yourself. So this is something that I want to share, because I think everybody need to learn how to deal with fake news, because this is a reality for us now. This is a norm. Misinformation, propaganda, incitement. This is forever for us now. So we just have to get used to it. Misleading. Take it with a pinch of salt. Oh yes. So yeah, of course, you have to take a pinch of salt. The thing about China is it's huge. So for example, a video of a crazy Chinese person doing crazy stuff, and maybe just one person in one province of maybe 20 million, 100 million people. Okay, just 1 in 100 million. How many provinces are there in China? Every day, one in each province. You can do a whole YouTube channel just on that. You will have endless content. So then you will start to, if you watch that channel, you will think that China is a crazy place. So this is a very dangerous thing. You do a very good impression of Stephen He. No, I totally never heard of Stephen He, this person, until you guys keep telling me talking about emotional damage. So then I was like, what's up with emotional damage? Then I went to check out what is it about. Then I started to watch his videos, and I started to laugh like hell. So yeah, I enjoy Stephen He, and so then I realized what's the hype about him. Previously I didn't even know about him at all. Why do people say Falun Gong is fake news? Because Falun Gong is anti-China. So Falun Gong is they run away from the Communist Party because they got oppressed, and then but Falun Gong got a lot of very educated, very good people, and then when they went to America, they started their own media channel and outlets, and they do very well, and they provide a different perspective about China, and largely speaking, Falun Gong originated channels are actually all pretty good. They are all pretty good, to be honest. When will PLA attack Taiwan, do you think? I'm not sure if China dare to attack Taiwan, but they will attack certain islands of Taiwan. I think that is very plausible, because they have already made the statement out. If they don't do anything, that will look very bad on the Chinese. You are better than Stephen He. Cannot be. Stephen He have 1 million people, 1 million subscribers, or 2 million, I do not know. So there are a lot of, so yeah. Falun Gong is a cult. They brainwash a member like psychology. Yeah, something like this. But that doesn't mean all of them are evil people. They got brainwashed doesn't mean they are evil people. Why is the supreme leader, guys? Do you think US will get involved if China? 100%. No, sorry, 80%. But if China, if Japan and South Korea get involved, US cannot run away. So US under Biden is very unstable. So there is a chance that US might not want to get involved, because Biden is not normal. However, Japan will get involved. South Korea might get involved. And when South Korea and Japan get involved, USA have no choice but to get involved. So that is the dynamics. 2 million people, not pretty bad for Chinese following. But it's YouTube, For YouTube it's very big. For really China it's not that big. China viewerships are ridiculous. So do you think China will succeed taking Taiwan and overcoming the island defenses advantages? Yes, after a few years of war. It's not going to be fast. It will take a long time to conquer Taiwan. Taiwan is a very, very, very difficult place to conquer. There is a lot of mountain, and and then it's an island. So it's have the two most difficult things to overcome. And then there's a lot of forests as well. So 3 difficult things to overcome. So you have the Afghanistan-like mountain, and then you have the jungle or forest like Vietnam, and then you're gonna have an island like the Britain. So Taiwan is ridiculously difficult place to conquer. So I don't doubt China have the ability to conquer Taiwan in a total all-out war because they have just numerical advantage, but it would take so much death and destruction to get there. Hi Leslie, glad to make a live. You just came in? Oh god. So there's only 23 million people though. There are like 20,000 troops. No. Who is 20,000 troops? You mean the Taiwanese military? Taiwanese military should have at least 200,000 troops. I don't think it's 20,000. Even Singapore have almost 200,000 troops at any one time. So modern nature. India will join the party and they get fucked. Not so sure. I'm not so sure, to be honest. India is a very, they're very careful. They're very, very careful country. So I'm not sure if India were there to get involved. But hard to say. India under Modi is a lot more assertive. So it's not like the India of before. Modi had created a totally new identity for India. So they now view themselves as a superpower. It's not like the past where they try to restrain themselves. So that's the difference. The mountain is a disadvantage because it stopped Taiwan from moving force and retreat. So Taiwan's strategy is to not even allow China to land. So if the China do land, they will all die at the bridge, at the beachhead. That's the aim of. That's how the Taiwanese want to fight. And Taiwan itself is full of entrenchment, full of underground tunnels. Taiwan itself is a fortress. It's built. They were preparing for war for decades. So Taiwan is not just what we see on the surface, but underneath it there's a lot of tunnels, a lot of things that we are not seeing. So hi user Jiang, drop a nuke. What is the sense of southeastern countries in this side? Okay, so for Southeast Asia, I have to drop this map to show you. Okay, Laos and Cambodia is bought out by the Chinese. So, but the problem is these two countries only wants money, so they are not dependable for the Chinese. They will literally flip anywhere. They will just like the grass, wherever the wind blow, they will just flip. They just wanted the money from China. Vietnam is absolutely anti-China. They are against China. They are like a rival to China. So Thailand is a bit tricky because currently they are run by a former general, and Thailand military tends to have very good relationship with China. So Thailand will be a bit more like a neutral party, but they will be pressured into action perhaps. Myanmar is too busy with themselves, and the military itself, while they seems to be an ally to the Chinese Communist Party, China, they seem to have very good relationship with China. They are also super wary of China. Their situation is not so different from North Korea. North Korea is also very wary of China. They are not exactly friends with China. They are more like a little brother. And while they depend on China for a lot of support, they are absolutely afraid of China. Same thing for Myanmar. And then Malaysia is a bit not so sure about themselves because they have some political crisis within the country, but usually they will be a bit more pro-West because they know that they are not a very big fish in this giant ocean. Indonesia itself is in the process of evolving into a major power. Given their population, they should be a major power, but they are not yet. So under Jokowi, he's trying to evolve Indonesia into a major player in the world, and they have been extremely assertive against the Chinese in this Natuna Islands area. So all these islands are Indonesian, and they have put all their best fighters around in this area to deter against Chinese incursion into their Indonesian water. So Indonesia will definitely be on the anti-China side. Singapore had always tried to be in this middle ground between China and USA, but by actions we are always actually very pro America, and I don't think we will be in any way be siding the Chinese, because ultimately China is not operating on the same economic system. They are not in the same financial system. They are not in the same political system. They are entirely different. They are totally alien to Singapore. China is using the Western economic system to benefit themselves. They bring in all the money into China and trap it there. They just trap all the money in China. So that's what China is doing, and which is also why they need to keep the financial system closed, because the moment they open it, all the rich people will just take all the wealth, all the real money, and run away from China, and then there will be a massive outflow of capital, and China will collapse. So that's why China's financial system is entirely closed. Philippines is under the new president. I believe it will be very pro-America. Under Duterte is not so much, because Duterte is trying to leverage China and Russia against the United States so that they can get United States to pay more attention on Philippines. So Philippines is definitely still very American centric. Brunei is not worth talking about. Brunei will follow wherever Singapore goes, because Brunei and Singapore have a monetary cooperation. So Brunei money is actually pegged to Singapore dollars, so we are essentially allies. So wherever Singapore go, Brunei will follow. So what else? Timor-Leste is totally irrelevant. I think that's all for Southeast Asia. So that's Southeast Asia. Sabah. Lee Clanche asked me what is my analysis for Sabah. What do you want to know about Sabah? Sabah is that's Sabah. Depend on what you think. Philippines seems to claim Sabah, but it's never going to happen. Philippines have no military to fight against the Malaysians. So hope these are interesting to you. And central mapping us, so Wyatt, if China invade Taiwan, will Russia make large advancement in Ukraine without the West knowing? Russia will make advancement regardless the West know or not know, because the only difference is whether Ukraine continue to have support from the West, like ammunition and weapons and equipment. So if the focus is all on Taiwan, then they will neglect Ukraine, because ultimately they know Russia is not a threat. To be honest, they know Russia is not a real threat. They're just making things up to make Russia sounds like the bad guy. The only people that is afraid of Russia is actually the Baltic states. They are afraid of Russia, and Poland is not afraid of Russia. They just simply hate Russia. That's all. Otherwise, I don't think the rest of the countries truly scared of Russia, because they know Russia is not going to do anything. Of course, Georgia is very scared of Russia as well, and they are very far away from any help. So not sure what the hell is Azerbaijan thinking. They have been pretty anti-Russia lately. So yeah, tell him to play the map and comment like that. Hope fire breathing dragon, yeah, sure, incinerated. Yeah, I mean, China is still a big country. Yay! You know what? The $50 super chat is timed out. So I can end the stream now. I feel I have done my part to earn that $50. So I feel bad if I leave the moment the $50 got in. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the stream. No, Bart Simpson, don't do that to me. Good job, my old China. What the hell is that? I just want to do one last check to see, no crazy stuff happened while we are talking about all the other nonsense. Yeah, I think that's all. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, Langra Gawe, Le Clanche, Rex, Central Mapping, We Are the Dead, Good Pilgrims, Enya Travel, Google Job, Eping, Shivas, Flip, Ivan, Rex, Niken, 96, Nefat, thank you guys. Tas Peter Schmitz, DT, War Eagles, Nashut Shivas, and Equals Beatles up here. Thank you all for watching. You guys are awesome. Derek, European Mapping, MKTO, Vincent. So thank you so much for watching. I will be back. I will definitely try to do this DPA response. I think this first trial of a live stream is I would say very successful, and I think very fun for everyone, right? So we can actually do more of this. And thanks for watching so much, and I'll see you in the next update. So let me end it with some footage, so that it ends like a proper ending. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next update.
Defense Politics Asia is a Singapore-based geopolitical and defense news media come think tank focusing on Asia from an Asian perspective. We try to provide insights on complicated issues and cast spotlights on underreported stories to give a voice to those that would otherwise not be heard. You can find out more geopolitical and military news, as well as in-depth opinions and analysis on www.defensepoliticsasia.com. To support our work, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel here, or you can become a patron on our Patreon at patreon.com/defensepoliticsasia and get access to exclusive content while be a part of the people that shapes the future of this unique platform. Please remember to press the like button and subscribe to our channel.